So if there's people out there, you should be hearing us. I'm assuming that we're streaming through to the folks. Let me drop the open on you
Welcome
guys.
back to
Make
the
sure
Hank
you
Strange
subscribe so
situation.
you could be notified when
Lifestyles
we
of
go
Lock
live.
and
That's how
Lola.
we do it here. Thumbs ups, ring the bell, all that stuff so you can be notified. We are live. Come on, let's see jazz hands, guys. It's Friday. Let's see the jazz hands. There we go. Oh, Babyface P is teasing us with his
He's got some
Snapple Apple. I now regret even letting Babyface P know about Snapple Apples because he's gonna dominate all the friggin' Snapple Apples. Are we live? Are people?
It's just starting now.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah. Let's get those thumbs ups going. I guess people are coming in here. If you guys aren't hearing us, let us know. You should be. You should be hearing us. Paul K says no. Richie Hughes says no.
We're live. I'm watching it.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, yeah.
It's like 30 or 45 seconds behind. For anybody out there, we're like 30 or 45 seconds ahead of you. We live in the future.
Right.
Welcome to Fucked Up Friday of Hank Strange.
And obviously, Walter's going right in.
What's
Walter drinking?
Actually, I'm fine. There's no worries.
Yeah. As you guys come in, make sure you thumbs up. I hope you guys have your big girl panties on. We're going to get into several things tonight. It's episode 408, 408, dudes, 408. The title is NRA Wayne LaPierre Must Go. Hashtag Wayne Must Go. That's a thing that we're trying to do out there. So everyone right now in the comments do hashtag Wayne Must Go. We're trying to get that to, it's not me, but some other folks out there doing the Wayne Must Go thing, which I agree with. I think, does anyone disagree with that on this panel? I don't know.
No.
Yeah.
That's been one of those things he should have went 10 years ago.
Yeah. So it's past time, and I think that, it could very well happen. So
I just tweeted out about it.
Yeah. Hashtag Wayne Must Go. Also, in the Democratic debates that are going on.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. What a disaster that was.
Have you actually been watching it? I can't watch those people. I read transcripts and read news about it.
Yeah, I watched the highlights with, like, Beto O'Rourke speaking shitty Spanish. And then that one chick that was like, New Zealand wants to be the best country. We're going to show them that we're the best country for children.
Oh, my God.
Did you see that one? It was insane. Oh man, it looked like a Saturday Night Live skit.
My son watched it and kind of filled us in. I can't watch that stupidity. I just can't do it. So
I'm trying to figure. I'm sorry.
It's a dog and pony show, anyways.
Yeah.
Only a couple of them are going to survive all this garbage, and the rest are all going to be. They can put on their resume presidential candidate.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure this out. We got to get Patrick to move his camera over a little bit to either center it or there, just a little bit, because we're split screening it. There you go. So I don't want half the face of Babyface P, and then it becomes like, why are we only getting half the face of the face? It just becomes a whole thing.
half a face.
Yeah, it becomes like a whole thing. The other thing I want to talk about from the debates is Biden says that he wants to go to mandatory smart guns.
And he also don't know what a clip in a magazine is.
Either. I know he's
a FUD. If there was ever a FUD on this planet,
no, he's worse than a FUD.
Well, he's a creepy Joe FUD. So
he's a
worse.
crud.
Yeah, he's a crud. Yeah, there you go.
A dud. Any other uds you want to throw in there?
Perfect. Yeah, and so I was listening when I was out this morning. I had to go buy some blasting media for the blasting cabinets. Mm-hmm. So I'm riding down Interstate 4 from Plant City. And I'm kind of listening to Glenn Beck, and on the radio, and he was like saying, "Why didn't anybody ask about how shitty California is when Camilla, whatever the hell her name is the Attorney General?"
Right.
What about the shitholes in L.A. and the shitholes in with the needles and the drug use and and the homeless and all that? Isn't she part of that? Letting that all happen?
She's in Congress and all that, but yeah.
No, she's the Attorney General in California.
She was, yeah. Or no, she was the attorney.
Hang on, no, she was.
I thought she was the Attorney General. Yeah, isn't she like? Isn't she a senator or something?
Yeah, a congressperson or something. Yeah, that's right. She's from California. Yeah, but she used to be the Attorney General.
Professional politician.
Politician, yeah.
Basically.
You know.
Yeah. So as everyone comes in here, I'm going to give people some time to get in here and get all settled in. Just remind everyone, please subscribe to this channel here if you're not subscribed. Thumbs up this video, of course. We need that, to help fight back against the YouTube/Google suppression, oppression, whatever the hell you want to call it. Ring the bell so you can be notified when we go live. The show is being brought to you by Franklin Armory. Shout out to those guys for help keeping us on the air. Franklin Armory. And other companies like Walther, maybe. Yeah, Safety Harbor Firearm, maybe. TacCon, that Patrick likes that hat. No.
No, they're not a sponsor.
Yeah, I don't even know if they still exist.
Size-wise, it fits real well.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it.
Yeah, he likes that hat. It's a cool hat.
What's funny is I don't like their triggers.
Huh? You don't like what?
I don't like their triggers. I think they're not. Boy. I don't like them.
Yeah. We just got to get you a better hat or something like that. I got some Tyven hats over here.
Oh God, no.
His hats fit me all right too.
Yeah, we got a bunch of Tyven hats here if you need a Tyven hat. So, shout out to MW Tactical. I see lots of people out there. Special K, James Miller, The Pants, Steadley, Edward Andrews, Jay Loafords, Richard Hughes, Michael Avon, CB, Rafael Morales, The Tyven Show, Leonidas of Spartan. He says evening bitches.
Don't go kicking people.
Yeah, the Pants is out there. Bajas, Josh. Let's see who else we got. DC2 Mega Boost, tacos and French fries. Jimmy Jam, Bricks, James Miller. DCG 44s, Paul K. LTVN 1968, Michael Bender. I'm trying to see. I think I said Jay Loafers, Rob Avis, Randy Peacock, 450 Mitch. All those folks out there. As people are coming in. I'm waiting for people to get in here. Rob Avins, Rob Avis, Michael Avins, and let's see. I think that Gibson Fender also is out there, and Pixamite is out there. I don't know if I'm missing anyone. You guys can let me know. You can shout out some people if you want to. Chris Williams is out there. We don't always get a chance to shout people out. Flopping Garbage, Vanessa Kitty, etc. Thumbs ups, people. Come on, everyone out there, smash those thumbs. Let's get them going. We've only got like 39 right now. We got one thumbs down.
It, man.
Yeah, we'll take the thumbs down. I get it. I understand. For the people
haters gotta hate. That's all.
Yeah.
Hey, I know Hank probably is not interested in it too much, but Babyface, if you Ian at Forgotten Weapons had a good interview today with a Russian fellow that's up on he explained.
Why would I not be interested in the Dragunov? That's cool.
Well, you can watch the video then. He explains all of the different the development of the Dragunov from an actual Russian person, not some Western guy that doesn't know. And, so it's an interesting. It's about 39 minutes long. He talks to the guy. So.
Did you guys see? Brandon Herrera is putting on a shooting event where it is not a shooting event. It's a class, a weekend course with some Russian special forces dudes to teach Yeah, it's like teaching AK operation. Oh, I'm super jealous. I looked at the price. It's like $800, and I'm like, I wish I could go, but it's pretty cool. I think they have 15 spots. If anybody out there is loaded and wants to go, hit him up on whatever his website is.
Brandon's your new buddy. He's your new buddy, so I don't think
he's going to be that buddy with me to pay for my trip. But no, it's neat that these guys are doing a tour around the country, and if anybody out there loves AKs and wants to go train with them, I would say do it, and then report back to me how cool it is.
Ask him what the Hank Strange discount is for you.
Yeah. I don't care what the discount is. I can't afford it. It doesn't matter what the discount is.
And I'm surprised you guys aren't that close. I mean, you're not as close as me and you. We have shared a bathtub. I don't know if you're aware of that, Babyface.
I saw that today. It was.
I'll just show the folks out there. If you look at this thumbnail here on the channel,
you share the bathwater too, or just?
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah, in Photoshop. In Photoshop. So if you guys, there's a from the crib. That's what we're probably going to call it. Basically, so if you guys look at that video, it's our latest video that went up, which, by the way, YouTube's already going after that video. they already pulled it.
You serious?
Yeah. I got the notification. I think we can try to fight it, but anyway, from the crib. I'm gonna probably do thumbnails like this for every one of those that we do. Seems like there's a bunch of people that like that.
Oh, that's right. You got that
Yeah,
new.
that was fun.
That new bullpup.
Yeah. So yes, that was with the RDB, Keltec RDB, and then there was a IWI Tavor in there. We were talking bullpups and stuff like that. It went up sometime. I think it went up last night or something. Lola said probably it went up last night. So you guys can check that out. It's got Babyface P and myself. Of course, you can go subscribe to Babyface P. Did you get to 1,000 yet? Did you get to 1,000?
You know what's cool? Every day, I'm not sure how much growth is coming from this versus just kind of natural people finding it, but every day I'm getting like 2 or 3 subscribers.
Cool.
It's pretty awesome. It feels really good.
Yeah, shout out to everyone subscribing. Lola says that thumbnail is unsettling. Yeah.
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah, Lola says, I think Rod Mills is joining us.
Rod Mills.
So, yeah.
Oh, there he is.
He's got some audio things going on.
You got to unplug and replug or something because
Yeah.
it's like a high-pitched squeaky toy.
Yeah. Something's up with your audio, Rod. I don't know if you can hear us.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
my God.
no, your audio's terrible.
No, Rod, no.
The audio's terrible.
Sounds like you're on helium, Rod. Sounds like you're on helium, man.
Seriously.
Oh, God, that's funny.
Yeah. Yeah, try to figure that out, Rod, and you got it? Okay. There you go. It seems like he got it. He has it going.
I got it.
Yeah.
There he is.
Turn it
Just
up
quiet.
Yeah, just turn it up a little. It's a little low.
Hey, hold on.
Yeah. So low. Good. We're good. What's up, man?
Same old, man.
Do we still need more volume on Rod Mills?
A little bit.
Yeah, try to get the volume up a little, Rod. Tune it
Will
up.
do.
Okay, there you go. That
there it
sounds
is.
better. Yeah, you got to hold that microphone closer to your face or something like that. There you go.
Like that.
Yeah, there you go. Welcome to the show.
Good. How you guys doing?
Good.
All right.
Yeah, you gotta keep it right up there, man. Just pretend it's a conch penis.
Don't make me laugh.
It's Friday. What's up, Rod?
How do I sound now?
You're still low, man. Can you put in a different microphone?
Well, how do you do that?
There you go. Oh,
See,
whatever
it's
you
coming
get
and going.
closer,
It's
it
coming
sounds
and
better.
going. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you got to hold it there, which I know is probably gonna. It's
I
not
gotta
good
hold
for
it
your
here.
arthritis.
Arthritis. Yeah. Earth to Rod Mills. Over.
Oh yeah. How did you guys like the debate last night?
Oh, I didn't look at it. Did you actually look at it?
No, I didn't either.
Yeah, I
saw
just
it.
read the news things about it. So
I did too.
I can't watch stupid.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. That's
Oh,
I don't
It's-
even
it's-
have that's on. Is it MSNBC that's coming on, or what channel is it coming
it's
on?
public, isn't it? I thought it was public TV. I don't know.
Or NBC or something. I don't have I do have an antenna, but I don't even look at that. I look at it when I get up in the
It can't
morning.
be hosted by Fox people because they're too right wing. They wouldn't be fair and balanced.
Yeah, they might ask tough questions.
Yeah, but it can be hosted by Rachel Maddow, who cried for 6 months about how the Russians are hacking everything.
Why are we all super zoomed in to Rod's fist? I don't. We're all like super zoomed in
Oh
on
man,
Rod's.
I'm just seeing.
Oh man.
Come on, Rod. Seriously.
what happened.
We're super zoomed in on you.
Always sees your
seriously,
mouth,
it's a
man.
little-
Always
It's
sees
a little
your mouth.
disturbing, man.
Hold
A little
on.
disturbing, you know. I mean, let's adjust the picture here.
Now
Let's
wait on
adjust
the.
the picture.
Okay, there we go. Hang on a second. here.
Yeah,
I'm looking
it's
at
Brian Quick says it's on MSNBC.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair and
Rod,
balanced
your
TV
lips
right
are
there.
not that sexy, so you're gonna have to zoom out. Or okay, he turned. Looks like he turned off the camera. We'll get Rod back here in a second. I'll give him a chance to get that all situated.
That did
get
look
that.
kind of weird, didn't it?
Yes,
A little
it did.
bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Yeah.
Seriously, Rod. Yeah. Oh, Brian Quick says Rod is a soup sandwich. I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what that means. So yeah, so we're gonna definitely talk about the what happened at the debate. There's some of that making news, It's all funny. We're going to talk about the hashtag Wayne Must Go, which I would like to ask everyone to put hashtag Wayne Must Go out there in the comments, or post something, like whatever you're going to do on your social media, and put Wayne Must Go. Let's see if we can put some pressure on Wayne LaPierre in the NRA, try to squeeze him out of there. And we'll talk about like why we're saying that, because I think, as Walter was saying before we got on air, there's some people that don't like know what we're talking about.
Oh no, there's a lot that don't know what's going on with NRA.
Yeah. So we'll get into all of that. There is one thing I do want to talk to you guys about, which is a little bit serious here, that I'm going to get into and talk, just let you guys know real quick. So officially, we're not on the Forge from Freedom site anymore. They're not doing our T-shirts. To be honest with you guys, in over a year, we haven't gotten anything from Forge from Freedom in terms of selling T-shirts. We've sold T-shirts on there, but they have not sent us anything for that. So there's lots of folks out there that may think they're supporting us. You're not really supporting us if they don't send us anything.
So what happened? What happened with that?
Well, it's a complicated, long situation that I don't want to get deep into things. I'll definitely take questions. Basically, I could just say that they just have not been sending us anything for the shirts that we've been paying. And to my knowledge, there's other people in that same boat. I think some of that probably came to a head recently when Sam's going through his own issues with PayPal, allegedly, and Amazon, allegedly. And then I know there's folks out there saying that, hey, you should go to the site and buy stuff, and that's how you'll support Hank Strange and this person and that person. That's not actually true. I've been trying to look into all of that and figure out what's going on before I just jump out there and start saying things to people, because I know there's issues with me, and I know there's issues with other people, but that hasn't really gotten me anywhere. I haven't gotten any results out of it. So we're not doing that anymore. And I just want people to know out there, in case you think that you're going to buy these things and you're supporting us, it hasn't really been doing that. And you can't do it anyway, because we're not
no longer on the site.
Yeah, we're no longer on the site. So
did he let you know that he was going to be taking you off?
No,
the site?
I asked him to take me off the site, which he said, yeah, I was about to take you off the site anyway. Because I think he's not happy that I haven't gone out there and told people to go buy his shirts off the site since all of this stuff happened. And I'm not going to do that if I know there's issues out there. I'm not going to do it until all of those things are settled and stuff like that. We had Rod Mills for a second, and then we lost him. So if anyone has any questions about that, now would be your time if you want to ask me about it. If you want to get into it, go ahead and ask me, and I'll answer it. I'm not going to try to get deep into that right now. It's just one of those things that this is how things go sometimes.
Yep.
It's business, and it's how some people do business. So, yeah.
Guys, I'm still here. I'm just correcting my webcam.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So that goes. I don't know, Babyface, if you see any questions or whatever comes in on that. I know we're a little bit behind, so people might just be catching up to that. I want to get that out of the way before we get into stuff. I know people like to celebrate, have fun with us on Friday, and not get too super heavy and all that kind of stuff.
Serious and shit. No.
That's what we do best around here.
Yeah. Now, on top of that, I know that Rod does have some stuff. I think Rod wanted to come in and say something since I put out the video that I did put out this week in regards to Yankee Marshall calling me out. I think Rod had something to say about that, which we'll let him.
Man,
when you get your stuff worked out, when you get your thing worked out, so people can see you.
I'm good now.
I can't see you. I can hear you. I can't see you.
You can't see me?
No.
Oh. Okay. Hold on one moment.
Yeah.
We just see your little picture there. There. Oh, wait a minute. No.
Yeah. There he goes. Okay, boom. I'll throw him in there. All right, so you're here.
All right. Yeah. So, I had, when I was actually listening to you guys the other day, it was, I guess I was all in my emotions. I've since had time to really kind of settle down and think constructively instead of going off, my first emotions.
Okay.
Because what I did was I also went ahead and, I always want to make sure that I get the whole story 360 and not from one person's point of view. So, I went ahead and looked at what he said, and I knew what you were, you were going through, what you had mentioned. And I'm like, man, you know what? And I guess the anger subsided, and I became more to the point where offensive, or offended rather, because and it's amazing. It was kind of funny because I'm thinking like, man, this is 2019. How many of our ancestors? When I say ancestors, I mean our black ancestors. Not to throw Walter and Pat out of this, but in the 60s, would we have ever thought of a white guy calling a black guy a sellout or Uncle Tom? And I had to think about it. I'm like, man, and keep in mind, I know Coleon. Me and Coleon, matter of fact, when Coleon had, he responded to the first situation with, the thing about putting out money and everything. I actually inboxed him and we text back and forth, and I was just telling him, I'm like, hey, a lot of times everything doesn't warrant a reaction. What you're doing then is when you react to him, you're actually getting yourself dirty along with him. Right. And sometimes the best time when you react to something like that is best to not say anything at all, especially when you know deep in your heart what you've done. That's like, Walter, if I told you, well, Walter, you only made 5 guns this last year. Well, you know that in your inventory that you made way more than that. Right. But I'm sitting here trying to argue with you that, well, I only see 5 guns here. Why didn't you make 5 more guns? And you're going to be looking at me like, what the hell is he talking about?
What's he crazy?
Yeah. Why would I even? Why am I even
acknowledge him? Why would I acknowledge that?
Exactly. Right. Now I will say this, and Hank, and I'm going to include you as well, because you are one of the major gun guys out there.
Okay.
And probably, and I also will add to this, one of the major minority gun guys out there as well. Okay. It's not a lot of us on the level that you're at right now. And I would say, and when I'm listening to your podcast the other night, I was like, hey, stop giving this dude all this press. That's what he wants, the press.
He wants that.
And by me working for the NFL, a lot of times when guys want new contracts or they want to get out of their contract that they're in, they want to go to another team, what's the first thing they do? They go out on either social media or more so now with social media, and say things that they know that are going to get them attention.
True.
And what all we done is when we respond to him, we've given him even more of a platform to stand on. And I'm not going to get, and I mean, you can do what you so choose. For me, I don't want to give him a platform like that, to get known like that, because that's how he's known. If he didn't cause issues like this within the gun community, and which is also counterproductive because of the fact that I don't care what he may say, that, hey, you know what? It may have been productive for that particular time, that instance, but when you look at the total 360 and time going forward, it's ultimately counterproductive. And ultimately, if he wants to say that we're not doing what we're supposed to do in the gun community, he's not doing what he's going to be doing. He's actually bringing it down. Damn, Walter, that's a nice gun. I'm sorry.
Don't get distracted.
It ain't got no tits on it now. Come on.
I got distracted. No booty
look at that booty on that gun right there.
Focus,
Walter,
focus.
All you have to do is rack that slide back, man. That got my attention, man.
Stay focused. Listen, okay, so here's the thing I want to say here. I understand where you're coming from, but I think sometimes silence is violence. And what I mean by that is when people throw things at you or say things and put things out there, and then you just let it live out there and don't respond to it, people take that for truth. Now, I'm not saying everyone does that. I think most of the people in the gun community are good folks. They're reasonable. They could see things. They understand that. But there's some people who take those things for truth. And there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that people don't see every day. Most of us as gun guys don't want to get into all of this stuff. Me personally, I feel like sometimes we have to get into it. That's why I'm doing the podcast and why I get up here every day and I answer questions and I talk to people about things, even when a lot of times I don't want to, because I feel like we have to let people know some of the things that are going on. Otherwise, they don't have context of other things that they see happening. Right? They don't have any context. They don't know why. Like, oh, well, how come this is not happening? Or how come you're not doing this? You don't know unless we tell you, like, hey, this is what's going on. So, I mean, that's really the thing for me. I'm not trying to get into all of that. I'd rather just keep doing the stuff that I'm doing. But I feel like sometimes I have to get out there and set the record straight. And for the folks who want to listen to it or who want to know these things, they can do that, and maybe it helps them. And then other people, they get caught up in that stuff. It is what it is,
Well, Hank, the main thing is that his approach is, well, I'm going to bully you to get a reaction,
right?
And the one thing about a bully that I've always learned is that when you snap a bully back in the face, then they tend to not be a bully anymore. Now, I'm going to tell you this. I do know an instance where Maj Toure had a situation with Yankee Marshall, and you know what? That got handled real quick, and I've never seen any disrespect for him on that behalf anymore. And I don't want to get into what happened, but I will tell you this: that he had to get Bed-Stuy with him, for those folks that don't know New York area, or what's Queensbridge. He had to get he was from Queensbridge with Yankee Marshall. And it's like, hey, you know what? I don't want to go to that level with you, but because of the fact that you're disrespecting me and you're calling out my name now, is one thing to put out there that's the truth, okay? But he only is guessing. How does he know how much Walter Keller has put in for money? How does he know how much Hank Strange has put in money? How does he know how much Babyface P has put in for money? How does he know how much Rod Mills has
and why
put
is
in?
it and also why do we have to pressure people? Why do we even have to pressure people to put in money? People can do other things other than money. I mean, I'm not listen, if money is helpful or whatever, but why does it have to become that? The other thing is, look, you were talking about the black side of things, and I know that some people think I don't have the right to talk about that stuff, but I have to wake up in this skin every day, so I think I'm going to talk about it if it's a thing. When that whole thing initially went down on podcast 134, that I had to suffer repercussions for that, and people don't realize that. Because that thing went down, I was going to react to that a certain way, but there were people on the show with me that were like, man, please, we don't want to be in the middle of something like this. This is the last thing that we ever want to do, to be involved in throwing dirt on Colin Noir, for example,
Right.
So, and then Lola was like, hey, don't go off right now. I think she could see that I was about to go off. I didn't. So then guess who took blows over that? Me. And I still have to deal with some of those things, with some of, like you mentioned, there's other folks out there on, other people of color in the gun community. I still have to deal with crap over that whole thing because those people feel like I just let that go, and I get it. I understand. I spoke to those people, and I think that this is why I say, sometimes silence is violence. When people do things like this and no one responds to it, it becomes a thing. You have to at least get out there and explain what went down and why you see things a certain way, and then let it be what it is. But I understand you feeling passionate about it because you're dealing with some of those things as well. So I think all of us in the gun community, we're dealing with that in different ways. I know for a fact, Babyface, things happen. He wants to He would like to explain it to everyone, but at the end he can't. The same thing with Walter, that things go down and people don't know, or maybe you feel like, hey, this is no one's business, but you're suffering silently over things that went down. And I think that it just became a situation where I was like, okay, I'm going to try to break this down a little bit for people so they have perspective and understand. Like, one of the themes of the show tonight is hashtag Wayne Must Go. That's someone who represents the NRA in like a big way, as a big executive over there, versus someone like Colin Noir that's an employee. Now, he's a big person to us, right? Because we see him, we can relate to him. I can't really relate to Wayne LaPierre. I don't know if anyone here can, but I don't really relate to that guy. I relate to the other people that get out there and do this, but that doesn't make them. They're not the big players like we think in reality, right? Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Walter. I'm sorry.
I've never seen Wayne LaPierre like at the SHOT Show stop and talk to anybody. He's just walking through. Now, if you maybe give him a bunch of money, like these big corporate guys, maybe talk to you. But aside from that, they just boom right past you.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, he is who he is. He's the, most CEOs don't hang out with the constituents. Of the lower ranking people.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be like Trump coming down and just hanging out on this podcast.
I wish that's what that man needs to do, actually.
Wayne LaPierre?
No, I mean Trump.
Oh, Trump?
He needs to talk. He needs to talk to some people like in the business or in just regular people.
Regular dudes.
Right, not some corporate guy from the biggest gun company in this, or NRA or whatever.
It's like when Joe the Plumber. Remember when Joe the Plumber was trying to talk to Obama?
Yeah. All that did was just piss off Obama.
Yeah. But sometimes you do need to talk to the regular folks out there, because it's easy for you to get removed from situations. It happens to everyone. It's very easy for you to get removed from something, and you don't have perspective on that, and you don't understand why someone's coming from that point of view. I think we all do it in our own different ways.
Or what you're doing, how it affects other people.
Yeah.
I mean, today I had to have an hour-long conversation with a buddy of mine that lives in California. All right, he's black. He's an older guy. He's 75 years old. But
that's ancient.
But the reason why I say that is because of the fact that the way he looks at things in America and what the things that he had to endure are totally different from what I had to endure.
Yep.
And I'm not going to say I had to really endure much, because his generation kind of laid the foundation for where we're at right now.
Yeah, or fought the fights or took the blows and all that.
Exactly. So he's a staunch, and I told him, I said, and then we were going back and forth about guns. So keep in mind, again, he's from California, way left, and he's a Democrat, and he's an older guy. And most older black Americans don't look at guns the way the younger generation does. Okay. So
I think that's a good statement that you made, but maybe we should quantify it. What do you mean they don't look at the guns the way the younger generation does?
Well, we're more open.
So are you saying they see guns as like a negative, bad thing, related to a certain party?
They see it as a negative connotation, as in a lot of black people do. And my job, what I feel that, what I like to do, and I've done it in the past and I'll continue to do it, I enlighten them. And you know what I do is this. When I tell people, they say, well, why do you like, and when I'm talking to black people, they say, well, why do you like guns so much? Who are you thinking about? Who are you going to go kill? Or what are you going to do? And I said, you know what? That's very infantile, the way you're thinking. And I said, my white friends don't think like that when they talking about guns.
I'm not going to kill.
my white friends, and I tell them, I'm like, well,
Babyface is very serious right now.
Sorry, I'm reading through something else at the moment.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay, all right.
I tell them, I said, my white friends, they think about going to the range, having fun, going hunting, all this good stuff. And what I try to do is, it's going to take people like you and I, Hank, whether we know it or not, to bridge that gap between the two. And the fact that we are the leading edge of what's going to be coming behind us. Because keep in mind, think about this. When you and I get to be 70 years old, let's say, and I'm only hoping that we have laid a foundation to all the other black people behind us that say, well, man, you know what? This isn't just a white man sport. You know, like golf. Okay. When Tiger Woods,
look who dominated golf for so long.
Well,
yeah, it wasn't a white man.
Well, no.
Yeah, and I'm saying like Tiger Woods, you know.
No. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm getting to that. Yeah. Before Tiger Woods, we always thought of golf as a white man sport. Ben Crenshaw, Arnold Palmer,
Ben Hogan, all of them.
Sam Snead, all of those guys. We never thought of the fact that we would like golf. Hell, at the Masters, I'm looking at every dang on swing. I don't care if you're black or white. You know, I'm not a golf fan, but I like it when Tiger's there, and I must admit, I do like to see Tiger. And everybody likes to see Tiger go out there and he does the Tiger that he used to be. Right. You know, but the main thing is this: now Tiger has set that road to not only whites but also minorities to enjoy the game.
Yeah.
I think my job here is to bridge that gap, because keep in mind, Hank, you saw it at NRA last year. What we did last year in Dallas, Hank, I had people come up to me and say we had never seen this before. Remember that time when we were at the ATI booth and we had all those black people there? And how everybody, I mean, Walter, if you were there, you would have thought it was like BET Awards, you know? why all these black people at the NRA show? When I tell my friends about I'm going to the NRA convention, and they go, why do you want to go? Why do you want to go with all those races? I'm like, well,
and there's always a lot of people of different. I see all kinds of people there.
Exactly.
I see all kinds of people there.
And I tell people, I'm like, well, if there was anybody racist there, I didn't see them, or if they are racist, they didn't let me know that they were racist. You know. And I said, you know, if you're gonna change something, you have to change it from within. You can't change it from the outside. You know. Yeah. So, you know, and I think that guys like us, the young. The mid 40 guys that where we are now, keep in mind there are one or two guys a little bit older than us, but for the main thing is that guys like us, and then people behind us, the younger generation, the Coleon Noirs, and then the people behind him, we're here to say that, hey, you know what, black people can be a part of the gun culture. You don't have to necessarily have to be a Republican. You don't have to be a Democrat to like guns. Well, you know.
Yeah, let's let Walter. I'm gonna let you get in here, Walter. Hold on 1 second. Jay Loafers gave us $5. I just want to shout him out. He says, "Hell, Hank, you're right." So that'll thank you. I can't remember at this point what I'm right about, but I appreciate it. So go ahead, Walt. Sorry.
No, what I was gonna say is, if I was talking to your friend there, and he's older, and he starts saying, well, you know, he's like, I'm like, what about your freedom? What happens What happens when maybe you're not the chosen one anymore?
Exactly.
You know? What happens when that happens? You know.
Yeah. And what I likened to him, I told him, hey, because he went through the civil rights struggle. He was right there front and center in Oakland. And I told him, I said, keep in mind, the same right that gave me the right to vote and gave him the right to vote is the same amendments also a couple of before that allows us to be able to carry guns, to own guns, shall not be infringed. And I told him, I said, hey, look, if they're talking about changing amendments, hell, they can change any amendment. You know,
they can change that first one.
Yeah,
exactly.
So this is a weird thing. I want to go back to this a little bit because I saw DC2 Mega Boost said that, you know, in the South, there's a ton of comments coming in, which thanks everyone for that. Don't forget to thumbs up. But DC Mega Boost said that in the South, black people don't look at guns that way, you know, because they realize like, hey, this is for hunting. You know, we use this to protect ourselves. They're thinking more about this.
That's not true. We're in the South.
I know, but I think
you don't get more Southern than we are.
I think there's lots of black people that I see that are Southern that they're not giving up their rights to guns.
Let's say country, rural areas. Okay. The more people in the
urban areas,
or big city areas, they don't think like that.
Well, just look at the voting map, and you'll see
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Like
then, so then that same thing goes across the lines of race then, because lots of people who live in city areas, white people don't think they need guns, but lots of white people who live in the country, they know they need guns. It's a human thing. You're like, oh, we need these guns.
Right.
Right.
Well, more so like in the out west and up north,
Right.
it is a big demographic of the way white, because hey, I lived in Alabama for what, 11 years. So I can tell you some white guys from the country in Alabama, and they would look at those folks out west and up north, and they would look at them like, they don't give a crap about them, And their main thing is that, hey, look, you're not gonna take our gun. They're staunch. Like, hey, look, you're gonna have to, what's that saying? Out of my cold dead hands.
Yeah.
I know plenty of guys in the country, white and black, that would say that, and they don't like those guys, those liberals out west, and they don't like those liberals up north either. I mean, we live in a safe haven, whether we know it or not, as far as when it comes, I'm gonna say semi-safe, when it comes to guns and the gun culture. Okay. You see what they have to deal with. I could not even fathom. Walter, could you even fathom yourself living in California?
It's a beautiful place, and there's some beautiful people, but
yeah,
I would rather die.
That's like living in England.
I could live there. I could live there if it was a free place. It's not. It's not the place and the people. The place is great, and there's some really cool people out there.
Yeah.
I think Look, listen. There's programming for sure. Like my parents from Guyana, they're programmed, and there's guns in Guyana, but it's only for the government and the military, and they won't even like touch guns, And then like Lola has a younger brother. Her older brother's in the Army. He's been in there. He's a lifer. That stuff doesn't faze him. Her younger brother, he won't even touch anything. I was trying to show him one day, like, hey, if you come across a gun, you should, let me at least show you how you make this thing safe or whatever. And he just wouldn't touch it. And his boys shoot guns in Maryland. He told me that. So it's like there is a thing that we're trying to work through with people, that if we got through that barrier, right, if we got through that kind of like resistance reflex that people have to guns, they would realize that this is not what people are making it out to be. But you can't do that when, what you're reflecting to these people is that you're exactly what the enemy of guns or the enemy of the Second Amendment is saying. You can't do that by saying, oh, yeah, you start calling people names and doing all of that. And they're like, yeah, well, that's what I thought this was all about. This is what people say. It's just some old redneck dudes that don't like this person or that person. And then you're doing that same exact thing. Because those people are going to go, oh, wait a second, this is exactly what I thought it was. And so that's what happens when we get into all of that and people see it. And I think people need to recognize that. Like, we're the hardcore guys, right? But, there's not everyone's like us. That's the thing we keep forgetting. We think everyone's going to be like us, and they're not like us. They're looking from the outside, and when they come in and they see that kind of stuff, they're like, oh, okay. Yeah, this is why I don't really want to rock and roll with this thing. And that's how we're losing people. We need to get them. I think guns are a gateway drug to freedom. But you have to get people to come in the door and start realizing that and then grow from there. And you got to be patient in order for that to happen. And you can't beat everyone upside the head. I think we talk about it a lot. Ultimately, you cannot beat people upside the head. If you see someone just getting into guns and they say clip, we can make fun of Joe Biden for that, but you can't. Don't beat up someone in the gun store because they said clip.
Right, exactly.
Well, if they say that, then show them what a clip is, and then show them what a magazine is. It's a little educational thing, clip.
Yeah, that's
magazine.
Walter,
but in a cool way, not in a you asshole,
no,
you don't know anything way.
Not in a hey man, you dumbass, look at this.
Well, did you see it on my Facebook page? I just said that earlier this week. There's a difference between a clip and a magazine. Even when I teach my classes, that's one of the key first things I teach. Clip. Hey, there's clip, magazine, magazine. And when they say, well, I said, no, what's a clip? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, magazine,
Right.
Because I'm correcting you, and the more I correct you, the more you'll become accustomed to it.
Right.
And I find out in my classes that I deal with a lot of people that have never even touched guns before. Right. So when I teach my class, I want you to not only learn how to shoot, I want you to have fun and do it. We're going to do it safely, but we're going to have fun when we're out there. And I'm going to tell you, 99.9% of everybody that's ever taken my class has left my class with a smile on their face. They're happy. And these are staunched people that never liked guns or never even touched a gun. But they came, you may know me or you think you may like me. Go to my my ScoreShare page, rate me as if I were a restaurant or airline or hotel or something like that. Don't put on there what you think I want to hear. Put on there exactly how you feel. Okay. Because I won't learn, and unless I know I get some type of, if I'm doing something wrong. Right. I got to get realistic feedback, you know?
Right. Yeah. Let's I mean, we could probably go deep into this. Let's talk about the hashtag Wayne Must Go thing. Babyface, what were you reading, man? And don't, you know.
I'm currently looking on Craigslist for welders.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I thought you were checking your Pornhub listing.
Yeah,
whatever.
I did post it up. on Wednesday. I haven't even looked to see if it's got any views.
Oh gosh, I don't know. Are we actually talking? Are we talking about this now? Is this a thing? We're talking about Babyface P being on the Pornhubs.
Let's go to the Wayne thing.
Wayne
must go. Yeah.
Post that up. on
Yeah, so Walter, I saw you shared it first. I know there's a bunch of other. That's who I saw you in my feed, and then I realized like Mac and a bunch of other people were sharing it.
Right.
So there's like we're trying to make this a trending thing. You know, I think it's a good thing to do. Maybe it'll get some attention. It'll get out there, and people will realize like how we feel about something. I don't know. Have you heard about this yet, Babyface? Did you hear?
I
about
just
the
tweeted out.
Oh, you did. Okay.
I just tweeted out do the NRA hashtag Wayne Must Go.
Yeah. So how do you feel about it, Babyface? I'll kind of go around and we'll come to Rod Mills.
Oh man, didn't I go off on this Wednesday night? The LaPierre needs to be gone.
Yeah.
I think I went hardcore on this and had to like calm myself down before.
Yeah, you got very rosy in the cheeks.
Yeah, LaPierre needs to go. He's wasting all of our money, and I say our money because we give them the money to do things with. It's time to go.
And so what do you think? Like there's people, first of all, there's people who don't understand it. So do you want to explain to the folks out there who don't, if you were explaining to a friend or someone that's maybe been in the gun community for a while, but they don't pay a lot of attention, they're like, why are you guys all calling for Wayne LaPierre to go? What would you say?
Wayne LaPierre has been in charge of the NRA pretty much single-handedly for what, since the 80s, early 80s?
At least 30 years, I think, right, Walt?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And as
Walt
far
was
as
75 back then. He was 75 years old. Before he hit triple
digits. From everything I can see from their financials that they released recently, he likes to waste our money on things that I don't think are appropriate, like very expensive clothing stores, boutiques, spending money for travel, private jets, shit like that. The money should be going to teaching gun safety and getting people out there and shooting, and they're wasting all of our money.
I want to see political action. That's what I want to see.
Political action as well. That's the two places that money needs to go.
They used to be. It seemed to me, my recollection of things, when things would start to go down weird in Florida, you'd get a card in the mail saying, "Hey, check, be aware of this. Call this one. Call that one."
They just want your money now. Feels like.
And now that don't happen. I don't think anymore. So.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you guys this. In terms of people like traveling and stuff like that, right? I don't understand expensive suits or anything like. I don't even understand suits. I don't think human beings should wear suits. That's my personal religion and philosophy. But
listen, vote me into the NRA. I won't wear a suit. But wait, now that we changed the rules, I can't be in the NRA or be on the board, right? Is that how that works?
Yeah,
because LaPierre went for a bill change where you have to be 5 years in before you can run for the board or something.
I could.
Yeah, you have to be 5 continuous years, but someone on the board also has to endorse you. They put in a whole bunch of other things. But here's the thing. Look, I don't mind a dude jumping on a jet and doing all of that if he's fighting for the Second Amendment. If you have to get on a jet and get down to California and tell some politician, like some Republican or whatever, or get to Florida and tell these knucklehead Republicans that are here, hey, if you guys do this, we're coming down on you like a ton of bricks. If you have to get on a plane to do it, I don't care. I'm not, whatevs, right? So it's not like I'm not against them spending the money if it's for the right purpose, to just do it. Like I saw there was some stuff they went to Italy. I don't know what that has to do.
Yeah, what the fuck does that got to do with anything?
Yeah, I don't know. Is Rod Mills frozen, sleeping?
No, he's moving.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm actually sharing your podcast with all my friends.
Yeah, so certain expenses I don't mind. But yes, I think you are right, Patrick, that, there's obviously the money's not going in the right place, and we're not getting the result. If we were getting the result, we probably wouldn't be looking at that stuff, because we'd be like, hey, these guys are doing it, whatevs, right?
Yeah. If they were doing what we needed and not throwing us under the bus every opportunity to play 4D chess and lose us our rights some more, then I wouldn't be upset with them. But they're wasting our money on what seems like lavish expenses for themselves. Listen, I can go to Joseph A. Banks and get a suit that
Men's
fits
Warehouse.
fine.
Men's Warehouse. Joseph A. Banks is too high post. That is too high post.
You can go when they do the buy one get two free or something like that. Joseph A. Banks.
Joseph A. Banks. No, man, that is too much money.
Babyface, let me ask you. You haven't been to the last couple of NRAs, have you? Right?
I've never been. I've never gone to one.
Okay, so the first thing when you go to their site, you see all of these concerts and everything, these breakfasts and all of that. Yeah. That costs money.
Yeah, that's our money being wasted. Yeah.
And understand, a cheap artist is normally going to run you about $20,000.
Yep.
Okay, but I know that these artists that they're getting there to perform, I know doggone well they're in six figures, because they got not only had to pay for the artists, they got to pay for all the production and all of that good stuff.
Yeah.
And you got to think, man, that's all. And they're putting
those people up. They're flying them in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Think about Hank. Think about the hotels that they put everybody in at these NRA conventions.
We aren't there for a concert. We're not there to it's there as a meet and greet, and it's there, in my mind, it's there to get the board and everybody on track with what's going on politically and how we should be fighting for our rights. That's what I see it. That's not what's happening.
Yeah.
But Babyface, you're the common man. And the way he looks at it is, man, it's like when you pimping out your car, okay? And you putting rims and sound system and all of that good stuff in a fancy flip-flop paint job and all of that. That's what I get when I go to the NRA. I'm like, man, everything there is like first class.
It's stupid.
Yeah, I know. And Hank, we don't even go to those other meetings and stuff.
Well, it's because it's not okay. Let me tell you something. So just like I said about the Jets, if they were throwing those big parties and everybody could go, I wouldn't really mind. Everybody can't go. Everybody can't go to that. That's special privileges. That's the upper echelons. I don't go. I've gone to the Friends of the NRA dinner twice, and there's a guy who is who him and his wife, I guess, give a lot of money, and they've invited us twice to go to that. And so
that's local though.
No. I mean, well, I don't know if it's Friends, but it's at that NRA thing. They have a big dinner, and I guess they're auctioning off or doing that kind of auction thing with guns. And Lola and I went because this guy invited us because he bought a table, and he's seen the channel. He's like, hey, I like what you do. He invited me. He invited some other gun people. I think most of the other gun people didn't even bother showing up. So eventually he stopped doing it, but he was doing it as a way, like you have to pay for those tables. So he would pay for it, and this was his way of trying to say thank you to people, right? So, that's the only time I've gone, because it's not like they're just doing all of that and then everyone gets to go. You got to pay extra or be in the upper echelons or whatever to actually get into all that. So I don't know what, I'm going to tell you that most of the money comes from the masses. It doesn't come from the big shots and stuff like that. I know there's big companies that give money, but when you put together those 5 million people in the masses, those are the people who are giving most. That's who they're harassing. My emails, every day I'm getting emails from Wayne LaPierre about money. Every day. And then I'm getting those letters a couple times a week looking for money.
I actually put on there. I unsubscribed. I mean, I didn't renew my NRA membership this year.
Yeah, I didn't do mine either. I didn't do
I,
mine
I
either.
didn't. I didn't do it. And
Yeah.
you know, I refuse to re-up with something that I don't feel like we're in the same. We're in line with one another.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm gonna be frank with it. You know, I've been a member for 4 years straight. Matter of fact, I can tell you this: when I first joined the NRA, man, you would have thought that I probably joined a fraternity. I felt so special when they sent me all those stickers and everything, and the little free.
I'm just laughing because I get it.
You know, I'm thinking like, man, I'm a member of the NRA. Man, I'm
special.
I'm big and bad now.
You can show that badge.
I'm putting the stickers all on my car and everything. You know, and I'm like, and then the last couple of years, especially when Matt got involved, Military Arms Channel, and the things that I was hearing, I'm like, oh, wow. It's like, yeah.
They using me like a Trojan.
But okay,
Yeah.
but see, this is not the first time. A lot of the old school guys will tell you that they've gone through this already in the past. Maybe some of us guys that are getting into it now, we were like, oh, this is what we need to do. But a lot of the old school guys, it's like, Walter, you're an old school guy. You came into this in the 20s or whatever. Like, you're a life. Okay, I think the only person who's a lifetime member here is Walter. I don't know if anyone else. Patrick, I think you're like recent, right? Because when you.
I've done like 1 or 2 years, and then this year I didn't renew.
Yeah,
I'm not renewing.
Yeah, and so like as Rod said, I'm not doing it anymore, but I did it for like 5, 6, probably I'm gonna say 6 years. Walter, you're a lifetime guy. When did you get the lifetime membership?
The day after Bill Clinton got elected.
Oh boy, that's
that
way
was
back.
that was a downer day too.
Okay.
Okay, I wasn't expecting to hear that.
That is way back. That's way back. Clinton was what was he? 92? What was it for?
Yeah, something like 1992, something like that.
Was it 92? Yeah. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's 92. Okay.
The
I
day
remember.
after.
Yeah.
Yep, next day I did it.
Yeah. So okay. So you got it in that time. What is like for you right now? I know you're pissed off at the NRA. What is it that you think would make you to like?
Be more.
Yeah,
well,
get back involved with the NRA, I guess is a good way to say
first
it.
thing, what's his face needs to go, LaPierre needs to go, and they just simplify. They don't need 70-something board members or how many board members there are. You know, that's just all it does is water down the whole. What good is it to be a board member when you have no power in the board? Right?
The board has no power. It feels like to me.
Right.
Those guys should not be able to set the rules. By the way, the whole entire membership should set the rules, not them.
I kind of equate it to, I went off the other night about our agriculture commissioner's face being on the gas pumps. Mm-hmm. To me, it's the same thing when you see the big banner at the NRA convention, and there's Wayne LaPierre's face on the outside. That's like Stalin's face on the outside.
Yep. Yeah, I feel the same way.
He's like the big man. You know,
Propaganda.
I'm Wayne LaPierre, and I'm the NRA, motherfucker. So,
seriously, yeah.
And you know, it's like. It's not about him, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't supposed to be about him.
I'm gonna tell you guys what pissed me off last year, and this I was actually at the NRA convention last year, and this really pissed me off. And keep in mind, this was right around the time about the bump stock ban was being proposed at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that when Trump got there, and you still got everybody in there cheering, I'm like. Wait, they're supposed to be handing him his ass in here now.
Yep.
But you got people in there cheering.
Yeah.
And at that point, I said, man, that's not good.
There's a disconnect.
Yeah, a huge disconnect. Because I'm like, this isn't something that was even, everybody knew that he was going to ban these bump stocks. He had already said it. And I'm like, okay, he comes in, hey, I'm on my white horse. I'm banning y'all bump stocks. But hey, y'all cheer for me. I'm like, who are these people in here that are cheering?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you cheering?
You know what the NRA reminds me of a lot, man? When I lived in New York, before I left New York, I was a Teamster. I was actually a Teamster in New York. And if anyone knows New York, the Teamsters is run mafia.
Yeah.
Basically, they had like an office building on Park Avenue. The parking lot of that office building was all Cadillacs. and all mafia dudes. It was just a big racket, you know, and they were just going around taking over hospitals and different things, but they could give two craps. And I even saw there, I would just see people coming up with paper bags of money, all kinds of craziness was going on. Sometimes I was coming into work and a whole bunch of dudes are getting arrested, FBI just locking people up. So I think that when I look at it, I'm like, man, this is what the NRA looks like to me. Like it's a union type of thing where they're getting everyone's money, but they control it, and it's all just a racket, like a Ponzi scheme type of thing.
That's what it feels like to me, for sure.
You know, I'm going to tell you this. I knew this NRA TV thing was going down because, keep in mind, if you look at Coleon Noir's new videos recently, and even before they made the announcement, remember, he would always say endorsed by so-and-so, and this is the NRA type. None of that stuff is on his videos anymore, you know? So I'm assuming now that he's not even working for them anymore.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you know? I mean, yeah, it's...
He's going back to his old ways that he's done his videos before he joined the NRA.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And I'm really interested, you know, and I haven't even put any reservations in for NRA meetings next year because of the fact that I'm like, man, you know, first of all, are they even going to have any? Well, and second of all, how is it going to be? I mean,
that was all run by the advertising group that was fired.
Right, exactly.
Ackerman McQueen, yeah.
So who's going to pick that up? Like Freeman or one of the other convention type things? I don't know.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, Ackerman probably ran everything, but
yeah, they did.
You know, listen, no one knows what's going on there right now. That's just one big ball of chaos. And if you want to solve it, it starts with whoever is in charge of the ship when it is sinking. Okay, that person needs to be gotten rid of. This is not a situation of like the captain must stay on the ship. The captain has to, you know, get the hell out of there so that people can come in and fix things.
Plug the hole, man. Plug the hole in the ship.
Yeah, because they've made rules. They made rules. At the last one in Indianapolis, they were literally making rules there because they were like, oh, these guys are getting out of hand. Let's make this rule and add this rule and do this thing. And then they were just like kicking people's asses. When you get to the level where they're suspending Chris Cox and then he quits and all this stuff is going on, it's a whole big black hole of a mess. We have no idea what's going on inside of there. Let's see. Big Dre 357 gave us $5. He says, "Are any of you attending the NRA meeting in Nashville next year?" I don't have any plans to.
I don't plan on it.
If things turn around between now and then, I would, because I think at some point we all need to get back together. But there's no point in us all getting back together unless things turn around over there. And things aren't turning around with Wayne LaPierre in there. He has to go. They have to change the rules. They've got to right the ship. It has to go back in a direction, and we have to trust who's there doing it, that they're actually going to do stuff and that we can see it. And then the damn politicians, the Republicans that are selling us out, they need to get warning notices, and I need to see their asses starting getting in line, and then I'm going to be like, oh, pressure's back on. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's the thing that I would like to see. So,
I mean,
yeah. Brian Witt says everyone should go to Knob Creek.
I would love to. If I was able to, I'd love to go.
Yeah. I think is Knob Creek happening at the same time, Walter? I don't know.
I don't think so. That's usually the second weekend in
October, right?
In April.
Yeah,
in October, yeah.
Brick says we should try to have Chris Cox on the show. Okay, so I'll just let you guys know this right now. Anyone who wants to come on this show could come on the show. All you got to do is get in touch with me. I'm not difficult. Not difficult to get in touch with. Look at my social media. My info's out there.
Pornhub.com.
No, that's that's your thing. That's your thing.
So Hank, would you be open to having Coleon on here?
Like I said, I don't want to say anyone. I would let anyone come on here. I don't want to say that because that's not true. But yes, absolutely. I'm interested in people coming on the show and explaining their point of view of things that are going on. That includes him. That includes Chris Cox. That includes Wayne LaPierre, if he knows. I don't think Wayne LaPierre and Chris Cox have any clue of
the
this
problem
show.
here. The problem with getting somebody like that, and even if Coleon comes on or whatever, is what can they actually say? I guarantee there's all sorts of NDAs that were signed. So
yeah, he can't.
Maybe they can tell us something, but who knows if they would even be able to.
I don't know. But what I can tell you is that people who are involved with this, who know, because here's what's happening. We have a vacuum right now, and that's why people are so mad. So at the top of the show, we're talking about people being really upset, and then they want to take it out on people. That happens in a vacuum. It's like when we went into Libya, when we went into Iraq, right? When we went into Afghanistan. You go in somewhere and you kill off the leadership. You create a vacuum. Everybody wants to get a piece of the pie and jump in there and start doing things. And I think that's
what got delivered.
Oh boy.
Marley came home.
Flavored beer.
Citrus Pearl and Belgian White Shock Top.
Yeah, Shock Top.
And I got a oh man.
Oh,
Am
Marley's
the best woman ever.
Marley's getting some.
I know, Mary. Oh man,
he's getting some. I hope you took your Viagra.
This is her making up for going
you better,
out tonight.
you better go mix some eggs or something into that.
Hey, Patrick, tell Marley I said hi and congratulations on.
Ron says hi. Yeah, she's gonna be done in 6 weeks, Rod.
Oh, okay, very cool.
6 weeks she'll be done.
Proud of her.
She graduated up here or? Okay.
Mars, the graduation up there or down here? I don't think she can hear me. I have no idea.
Okay.
If it's up there, I'll let you know. We'll come have dinner with you.
Well, I owe you dinner anyway, so.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Just so you guys know, man, Patrick came up to Jacksonville with his wife's fiance. And
his future baby mama.
I picked the restaurant, but they treated me, and man, that
really
it was really good to hang out with them. I mean,
Patrick was big balling, man, big balling.
I must have been in a good mood that weekend.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I mean,
the first words out of his mouth. Divide that.
I can always tell anybody that Patrick is one of the more genuine people that I've ever met, and I'm proud to call the guy a friend.
Good. He's a good dude. Yeah, he's a good dude. He's a good dude.
Yeah, good guy.
Yeah.
I remember when I first saw Patrick, some years ago on here. You guys were over at his house, I think. It looks like was that it was a big house or something. It looks like a cabin or something, I want to say. And you guys were on like a patio in the back or something.
Yeah, we have a really the focal point of our house is we have a back deck that looks out.
Yeah,
into
the deck. Yeah,
it's really nice.
And I formed an opinion when I saw Patrick. I'm like, who's this crazy dude? Why is Hank got this crazy guy on here? I mean, and then when you meet somebody, you get to know them. Like, man, this dude ain't half bad. He's pretty cool.
That's all I need in life is not to be half bad. That makes my
and Hank,
just getting by. Just getting by.
Hey, most people don't remember back when. See, I think Patrick had a lot of more hair back then. I don't think
it's gone.
He didn't have.
This is going.
You didn't
I
have
love
your
this.
beard either.
Little less weight, little more hair, and it's all going away.
Yeah, and you didn't have your beard either back then.
Yeah, that's the weird thing. I showed Marley the first video I did with Hank, in which I didn't have a beard, and she was like, "Oh God, I dated you back then."
Yeah.
So me and Hank, we go back. I mean, I go back all the way to Yak Yaz with Hank. I mean, and he was. It was so funny. Hank, you ever look at those first videos that you did?
Oh man, Hank looks really
I don't. Too. Yeah, I don't like looking at those videos, to be honest with you.
And the other thing is, he's so. I think it takes time for you to get comfortable being in front of a camera because it took me a good year of working with Hank to be in front of it, and you see that with Hank's original videos. It's like it's just so awkward feeling.
Green, like he was getting his gun hung up. He's like, well, so what is this? Oh, this is an injector. Oh, what is this? Oh, a magazine. Oh, okay. Like it was like, Hank, you didn't know jack shit about guns back then.
No, I didn't. And that's, I think that's a big part of it. And I think also doing what I was doing, I had because I was a fan of Military Arms Channel and a whole bunch of other people out there. And I was trying to think of all that in my brain instead of just being genuinely me. I always tell people it's very difficult, the most difficult. It's easier to be in front of people naked than to just actually be yourself. If you think about it, it would be easier for you to do that because whenever you put a camera,
I would just feel bad
for
the people I had to be in front of naked.
Yeah.
They would.
whenever you have to like think about it, whenever you get on camera, you flip into another personality, right?
Yeah, it takes a long time to break that.
Yeah. Unless
Walter doesn't seem like it bothers him at all. Like he's just
Welcome
normal.
to the 2020 SHOT Show.
Yeah, Walter's just a ham. Walter's just a ham sandwich. And so, yeah, that's, But it's the same thing. I think we all go through that a little bit. And I think ultimately if you just relax and be yourself and just do and say what you would say and say it in your own voice and all that, then it makes it easier, which is what I try to do.
Yeah, it's just the hardest thing to do.
Yeah, it's definitely not easy. Go ahead, Walt. Where's your headset, Walt?
Well, I'm gonna leave here for a second. I got to go take a plate in the other room and get something more.
I thought the P was gonna say something else. I was gonna go take a.
You got to be yourself, and you can't overthink the whole camera on you thing. And then you start. What am I doing? Just do it.
Yeah,
it'll be all right.
Well,
yeah, and Walter's going to get more liquor.
Like when you get a bad haircut, it'll grow back.
We way years and years and years ago. And the reason I actually have these studio microphones is I was doing some family oral histories, which is something that I've always really been interested in. So you sit down with people, you put two microphones out, and one family member interviews another family member about their life, and you can capture.
You said oral histories. I was thinking other stuff. I was like,
oral history.
Why do you want to?
He lost me at oral.
But my grandfather is an old Tennessee country guy, and he can sit and shoot the shit with anyone about anything. It drives my grandmother crazy because they'll go anywhere and he just talks nonsense to people, and they do it right back. But the second I put the microphone down in front of him and tried to talk about his childhood, he was like, yeah.
It's like when you see people, even in the first pictures, if you see those old pictures, like, with the first cameras, people are all like this. This is how you stand to take a picture. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But Hank, I will say this also, even in your first videos, even your clothes didn't fit right on there. I mean,
okay. And I'm gonna mute. No.
Hank, I was looking at one of your videos, man. Your shirts were like all down here with the neck and everything. I'm like, who dressed this dude? I'm
like oversized, weren't they? Damn, I'm gonna have to go back to YouTube.
I don't know. It depends on some things. Yeah, some things will probably be. If you go look at when I did that mud torture test, I was pretty beat up. I didn't give a damn. I was just ready to die. I was just telling Yak Ass, just let me die, man. Whatever. It's fine.
Even your mohawk was all
that damn steel plate he put on me in the beginning of that video. I hate him for that. Yeah, and Yak Ass, without a doubt, he is a harsh dude.
Is that your first video? 6 years ago, RFB Bullpup 308.
Yeah, that was me. That was with an iPhone, actually, like an iPhone 3.
Hey, Hank, is there any way that you can put that in the chat so people
want to see this old video?
Oh,
yeah.
Really?
This one
really?
Actually
how about I put some pictures of you in high school in the chat? Seriously, what are you talking about? No.
Well, I was all right in high school. I don't know about you, but
okay, not everybody was sexy like you, Walter. Yeah.
Oh man, look at this range.
Yeah, I didn't have no date, but I was sexy.
Not everybody was sexy like you, Walter. Actually, when I first started doing this, I didn't even have a mohawk.
Even back then, Hank, you had multiple camera angles, multiple edits, cuts. You couldn't just do something simple. It was never a thing for you.
Always did my own music. Because I do this for the creativity. I'm an artist. That's what I am, so. Huh? Why are you laughing, Walter? Go back and look. If you're looking on my channel, go search. I think it's Cartoon Hank or something like that. There's a cartoon version of me somewhere on the channel. Yeah, there's lots of videos. Before YouTube started hitting the channel, there was over 1,000 videos. What? Did you find it? We can't hear you.
What is this?
Because he can't breathe. He's laughing so hard.
Unleash the Strange episode 01. Go find this on YouTube.
Yeah. Unleash the Strange. Yes, that's what it is. Go check that out. And see, how long ago was that? What was the timestamp on that? Can't hear you. Your microphone's
Audio's
breaking
doing
up.
weird shit.
Yeah.
Hold on. Is that any better?
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
September 7th, 2014.
There you go. 2014.
Man, this is.
And I started doing this in 2013. So.
Love you. And you guys.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
I gotta check
See,
it out.
if you look at my channel, I try all kinds of crazy stuff, man. That's how I get down. You know.
What's he in there doing, babyface?
What's that?
What is he? What is he?
It's like a cartoon, 3D cartoon thing, and he's like talking about himself, and it doesn't look anything like him. Let me stick this in.
Oh, trust me. At some point, I'm doing another Unleash the Strange. I'm always messing around. But now, why are you sending it to me? I don't need to see it.
God. I sent it to the rest of us.
Oh, so everyone else can see it? Oh, yeah.
It's right. 357 gave you $5. Hank Coleon are the reason I started my channel, and my style is inspired by Flossie Carter, the tech YouTuber combined with Hank.
Okay. All right. Cool.
James Miller says, we love you too, babyface. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Listen, for me, I do this because I've always been interested in the creativity. I've always been into certain things in my life. I've said it before. I've always been into the ladies, the women. I've always been into that. Just can't help it. So, always been into the ladies, always been into cars, always been into guns and other mechanical things like that. But I've always been into guns, man. Always looking at guns, building guns and stuff like that out of Lego, plasticine, cardboard.
Mechanical stuff is my thing. I love working on stuff. I have a video. I don't know if I'm wondering if I should put it up or not. I finished the video today and I just edited it. I fixed that compressor. It's like 5 minutes, but I guess people would be interested in seeing that. It just seems like a weird thing.
Do it.
I guess so.
Do it.
Yeah.
The simplest videos sometimes do the best.
Yeah, it's just
don't
here's
overthink
the parts
it.
kit I bought for $20, and here's how you replace it. That's all it was. It has nothing to do with guns.
It comes on. You got to. It comes on, makes noise, you blow air.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, I'll put it up there.
Don't ever overthink these things. Would be my advice to you.
Lynn Holt says, "You got to be kidding me. Hank has hair."
Yeah.
That video, the first video I linked from your KSG video, you have like a full head of hair.
Yeah.
Which we're used to seeing it like shaved on the sides.
Yeah. Well, actually, if you go back, so here, I'll throw up here on screen. I'll throw up some of the
throw
stuff
up on screen.
This is on. This is well. I'm showing Unleash the Strange for people. It's like 1,000 views back in the days, and I've got on a Hank Strange shirt on there, and it's just a dude with a mohawk. Does not look like me. That's true. That's true. But anyway, I'm throwing that. I put that up there so folks could see it. Yeah, if you go back, you'll see that I think in the beginning when I started doing this, I basically shaved all my hair off. So, that was kind of the move, Lots of people, because of people like Rod Mills who can't understand why my hair looks the way that it does. I had to deal with that my entire life, so I just shaved it all off so I don't have to explain to people that I'm Indian.
I was going to say, because you're Indian?
Yeah, because Rod Mills does not understand that. That doesn't compute in his brain. So, I would just shave all my hair off and be like, whatever,
Hair isn't juice.
Yes. Well, it is what it is. If it's the truth, it's the truth. So, DC2 Megaboost says, LMAO, Unleash the Strange was kind of spooky. I'll probably do an update to that.
Oh, comfortable.
Yeah, I'll do an update and see what you guys think about it. Yeah, but I always mess around with those kinds of things. So if you look at my older videos, I did it even more. I always did all the graphics, editing, music, stuff like that.
Adventure Capitalist tagged me in something and said to let everybody know that KE Arms now has all the Hudson parts for sale.
What?
I got the email from them. They have full frames, uppers with the red dot cuts, like everything. And I really want to make that was for the Hudson M9.
Yeah, the H9. Yeah.
But yeah, they have it all for sale now, and man, I would love to put one of those together. I don't know if you can source all the parts though. I'm not sure.
So,
but yeah, if you have a hunt and you need parts, they're available.
Yeah, there's a couple. Go ahead.
I'd be willing to bet you over time here, what'll happen is after they sit on for X amount of time, they'll sell it all to
Numerich or something like that.
Numerich Arms or something like that, and then they'll be listed in their catalog.
Yep.
Yeah. If anyone ever sees those things going for like $500, let me know. Not that I'm gonna have the money, but I will.
All right, I'm gonna do before I left work today, I get an email from AIM Surplus.
Mm-hmm.
AIM Surplus has 1951 Berettas for sale.
Oh, I saw that. I don't know anything about
1951 Berettas.
The 1951 came before the 92.
Mm-hmm.
And 1951 is single action, and of course the Beretta's double and single action. So, and I'm trying to order it using a credit card. Every credit card, they must have something up with their site because every credit card I pulled out said there was a problem with the.
Maybe it wasn't accepting payments.
Yeah, and then it's getting ready to storm outside, and I was trying to get out before the rain poured down, and of course it started pouring, and I was, anyway.
So what do you think about these? They say we just received a very rare shipment of authentic Italian surplus Beretta model 1951 9mm pistols. The historic pistol was originally designed, manufactured, and began service in the Italian Armed Forces in the late 1940s and early 50s. So this is a pre-91 or
pre-92.
Pre-92, 92. You said it's a single action only?
Yeah. So it works like a Tokarev or a 1911.
Where's the safety at? Is the safety on the side right there, the thumb safety?
I'm not looking at it right now, but you don't need no stinking.
I'll try to throw.
You don't need no stinking safety. Come on, man.
Some pictures.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see if we can get that to open up here.
You don't see them that often, for sale.
Okay, that's a gun. That's like a gun website that's on. So you like those, Walter?
Well, I just want it for the library.
Did you see the Tokes that they got in?
Tokarevs?
They got Tokarevs for $179 or something like
that.
Yeah, they got in Tokarevs today. Let me pull it up. Oh. I'm sorry, they were $219.
Okay, yeah, that's the Romanian ones, I think.
Romanian Tokarevs were $219.
I just hate those damn things with the safety added. Because the original Tokarev didn't have a lever safety.
Yeah.
It's just, and I just think it takes away so much from the gun when they drill a hole in the side and stick a safety in it.
Yeah. So. Let me hit a couple things here. DC2 Mega Boost says the KSG video is kind of spooky. Yeah, I did. That's with that KSG video has dubstep music. That's one of I love dubstep, but it didn't last in America. People didn't get into dubstep, so whatevs. That's what was going on with that.
I just saw that Unleashed Hank.
Yeah, I was just going to say about GCG44S, the Egyptian Hell one is a copy of the Beretta 1951. Yeah.
Jake Delahome says, Hank, your makeup is your makeup tutorial channel still up? It wasn't a makeup. Yes. Those weren't makeup. Well, actually, maybe they were a little bit. So what I was doing is there was a documentary that I did with this artist. And I was throwing up, because I have a ton of footage from that, maybe 30 hours worth of footage from that documentary where this guy does like pinup art and all kinds of stuff. And I did
that's
have
another thing you're into. I don't know if people realize you like pinup art and stuff, right?
Yeah.
That's a art style that you're a fan of.
Right. I just think that women are beautiful. So there you go. So as an artist,
you can all agree with that.
Yeah, that's That's like that's the most perfect art form out there, in my opinion. So, there we go. There's still a bunch of those old videos out there, but that pinup stuff, no. Sorry, go ahead.
Palmetto State Armory has the KS7 for $470.
Oh,
wait,
that's weighted out. You said, Walter?
I'll wait a little bit on that one.
Yeah, because I think I could hit closer to 4 plus it's black. I'd like the tan or the green.
Yeah, something different.
Go ahead.
Walter, you and Babyface may know this. When is Palmetto State coming out with that MPA?
No.
Yeah, nobody knows.
Don't hold your breath. Don't hold your breath.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to get the AKV next week, I believe.
Well, I could tell you. Go ahead, Walt.
No, Walter.
No, they've gotten good. They've got the shit figured out on their 9mm AK pistol, and
Yeah.
They sell them as fast as they make them. So
did you guys see the video from Tim last week, Military Arms Channel?
Mm-hmm.
That Kalashnikov USA is now bringing out a true reproduction of the Vityaz 9mm blowback AK. Oh, man, I want one so bad. I watched that video and it's drooling.
Yeah, they've been threatening those for a couple of years at the SHOT Show. So
yeah, I've once or twice seen parts kits in the U.S., but God, trying to finish that sort of parts kit would be a nightmare because you're gonna have to do everything yourself.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, now that they're making them and they're making the correct magazines and everything, oh man.
Yeah, they're proprietary. Yeah.
I want one really bad.
So the PSA 5 we're not seeing till next year, maybe SHOT Show. If we're lucky, right now that PSA 5 is just in the prototype form. Okay. So you probably won't see that until maybe SHOT Show. It could be longer than that. Depends on, what's going on with the testing.
If the price is right, I'll probably end up picking up one. I would love to build off of a German parts kit, but I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to pick up when that releases. You'll be able to pick one up for the same price as the parts kit. Mm-hmm. The parts kits run 15, 16, 18, all the way up to like 2,500 for a real German parts kit. So yeah, it might not even be worth it at that point.
Does anybody know how much that MP5 is going to be?
They kind of want to keep it under 1,500, but they're not saying exactly, which makes sense from a business standpoint.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, I mean, it's gonna be cheap, but I don't know how many of them they're gonna make. So once they get those running well, and then they start putting it. So let's say those are running great, right? Which I'm not really sure why there would be any issues, but let's say it's running great, and then they put them out there. They're gonna have to make a lot because I think every gun guy's gonna try to get one. So,
I think they're gonna be pretty hot for a while, and they'll probably be like the AK 9mm pistols that they did with the what's the magazine they use? The Scorpion mags. Mm-hmm. They'll probably be similar. They might be a little hotter than that, but yeah, I think they're going to be hard to come by for a year or two because they're going to be something cool.
Let me hit.
I've always wanted an AK. Sorry, not an AK, an MP5. It's always been my dream gun. One day, my goal is to be able to buy or make a if I'm a Class 3 dealer or whatever, MP5 Navy with the Ford selector lower, but. To buy one now is like $35,000, and they're just continuing to go up.
MP5 clone, I don't care. MP5 clone, integrally suppressed.
Oh, you want an SD? You need an MP5 SD, full auto SD.
Yeah.
There's my favorite thing to say whenever I hear things about the MP5 SD is there's a video interviewing the British SAS guys that they stormed. Can't remember where it was. They had their big debut where they stormed into a building and shot a bunch of people or whatever. It was like the Iranians held hostages or something back in the
the hotel.
80s? Yeah, hotel. Yeah. That's what it was. There's an interview with the SAS guys, and a couple of them were using MP5 SDs, and the quote that one of the guys had was, they're a terrorist, so you just have to ventilate the hell out of them because it's using 115 grain bullets instead of the heavier 147s, and they're subsonic, so they're going slower. So he was like, basically, you just put it on target and pull the trigger until they're dead.
Yeah. All right. Let me try to segue here a little bit. Wait a second. Now I lost the thing I was going to show.
I know. I got you off track.
Well, they did say that. Speaking of putting bullets in people, they said that they put about 1,000 rounds into Bin Laden when they shot him.
No, 1,000 rounds?
I want to say 1,000 rounds.
No.
Yeah. I don't know about all those things. What did the Navy
I'm sorry, 100. I mean 100.
Okay, 100 might be
100.
Yeah.
They said that basically they did double and triple taps for everybody that was in the SEAL team. They did.
Yeah. You don't want them. You don't want them getting back up.
Yeah. Harry's Holster says, "Who has seen the Kalashnikov USA Comrade with a K?" I don't know. You guys have seen that. And 762 says, anyone try the binary HK trigger? Yeah, we did some stuff on it. It depends on what gun you put that into. What happened here? Did we lose Walter?
I bet you the weather. I bet you the weather hit and he lost internet or power, one of the two.
Yeah, we lost Walter all of a sudden there. Yeah.
Speaking of Harry's holsters, I I'm planning on getting a Harry's holster for my Glock 23 or Glock 43 pretty soon.
Do it.
Too.
Yeah.
I love mine.
Yeah. I saw when he came on. I've been in love with him ever since.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not him. I mean, the holster is not Harry.
Hey, listen, you if you want to get more than the Hank Strange discount, I mean, it depends on what day you catch Harry out there. Right now, he's mortified somewhere. He's like, wait a second.
Wait, I didn't sign up for this.
I love mine. I love my Harry's holster.
Yeah, it's good stuff. And we'll have him. What holster did you want again?
Either more than likely my Glock 23.
Okay, so there you go.
Carry a subcompact. A 40 subcompact.
Well, no, it would be for the range, pretty much.
Oh, okay. Oh, you want like an outside the waistband holster?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I've gotten bad. I don't carry. My P365 has ruined me on carrying my 19. It's just the 19's been gotten too big for me.
Mm.
Yeah. So.
Oh, you have a P365?
Yeah, that's what I carry every day.
Oh, okay. I thought you had a Glock 43.
I did. I switched to the 365 probably close to a year ago, and I love it.
Yeah.
It just I can never go back to the 19 because the 19 is just so much thicker.
Yeah. So Harrison says, wait for the new one that's coming out. That's what he just sent me a message. He said to tell you to wait for the new one.
Oh, Harry. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So there's a new one coming out.
Real Fuji gave us $1.99, $2, and said, "Babyface, did metal link up with you?" Yeah. I'm not sure what you mean.
There was a guy I think that he said he gave you info for that to help you with the metal work.
Oh, I haven't gotten in contact with him yet. I did get that message from you. I also put out a message to Keith Rutger, who runs a machine shop, vintagemachinery.com, and he's a big time YouTuber. So I will put out a message to that guy. I just haven't done it yet, but yeah. I'm going to contact with him.
Right, and I don't see Walter coming back in, so I'm assuming something happened. I haven't heard from him
I'm guessing
yet.
They lost power. He said it was storming down there.
Yeah, we'll figure it out here. Let's get to a couple of things that I want to get into here. So here we go. Passing of icon Robert Reese, June 27th, 1931 to June 22nd, 2019. So Robert Reese is one of the well-known founders of Springfield Armory. Has peacefully passed away in Battendorf, Iowa, at the age of 87. He undoubtedly left an indelible mark on the firearms industry through his 45 years of restoring the Springfield name, growing new lines of popular firearms, and bringing honor back to the ones of old, like the iconic M1A.
Walter's back.
Yeah, so, I know that everyone's not, super... What the heck happened here? Oh, okay. Yeah, some weird stuff going on. Let me get Walter back on here. Sorry about that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, for some reason, all of a sudden, everybody lost the internet connect here, so I don't know what happened.
Oh, okay. So. Yeah, it might have gotten hit by something out there.
Hit by something.
I don't know where that's coming from.
I finally saw your Hank Strange babyface pee from the crib. Your thing.
Hank showed that to me today, and I thought that might be a good name for my place. We'll call it the crib.
The crib.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put some kind of thumbnail like that every time. So in the first one, Babyface P and I, when we were babies, we've known each other for a long time. Back when we were like 6-7 months old or something, maybe. we're only like 15 years apart or something. But
I just found this on the internet. I have a new business proposal for everybody. This is I gotta say it with a straight face. This is a patent that recently went off the whatever it's called, where it's now open for everybody. Apparatus for facilitating the birth of a child by centrifugal force.
You sling it out?
Seriously, look! I just linked it in chat. Look at this thing. It's like
God!
It's like a centrifuge. It's just whoop.
You're gonna choke me to death. Oh man, let's take a look.
So yeah, that's now available to the public. It's no longer patented. So if you guys want to start a business off of that, I'll be your first investor.
How did you find that?
It's on Reddit.
It looks like a washing machine. That makes no sense.
Can you imagine somebody? So it was patented in like 1965. Imagine somebody coming up with that idea and being like, "Yeah, this is brilliant. This is what's gonna make me money."
Yeah, it's basically here. Let me see if I can throw it up. So it's basically a washing machine for a human being.
Yeah, it just slings
you put
in
the
a
woman in,
circle.
and you strap her legs open,
Oh God,
and then
is he a little
spin her
bad?
around. Yeah. This is totally batshit crazy.
Yeah. Somebody thought that was a great idea back in the 1960s.
Right.
1960 was when it was filed.
Only Babyface P would find that.
George Blonsky and Charlotte Blonsky are the inventors.
So let's talk about this real quick. So Biden banned sale of all non-smart guns. Keep clips out of assault rifles.
Clips.
What do you guys think about that? That's from the thing yesterday.
I believe in the clip.
And shoot your double-barrel shotgun in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on out back.
Yeah.
That's all you need, double barrel shotgun.
Yeah.
Hey, didn't Biden say something about he wants to limit how many clips that a rifle will hold?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It doesn't even make sense.
I'm like,
Should be like-
I was looking at Coleon's Twitter and I was like, what the hell?
I think, I mean, they have, like, these guys were saying some crazy stuff. Let me see if I can find the,
How many times have I said so far that the Democrats are going to try to out crazy each other during this process while they whittle the playing field down?
Yeah. So here's the quote from Biden. There's if you go on look at that Truth About Guns article, there's kind of like a transcript there. But Biden says, "I'm the only person that's beaten the NRA nationally." Oh, how can I say? I'm the only person that's beaten the NRA. That's Trump.
What the hell does that even mean?
Well, one of the things that Biden did was with the whole the trust thing was to get that where everybody on the trust had to have fingerprints and photographs.
Yeah,
that was something that came up when they were looking at that trust thing when he was in charge of that. So
yeah. So he says, "I'm the only person that's beaten the NRA nationally. I'm the guy that got the Brady bill passed. The background checks, number one." He said, number two, we increased the background check when during the Obama administration. I'm also the guy that got assault weapons banned and the number of clips in a gun banned.
No, but clips.
Yeah.
Some clips.
And he says, so, folks, look, I would buy back those weapons. We already started talking about that. We try to get it done. I think it can be done, and it should be demanded that we do it, and that's a good expenditure of money. And lastly, we should have smart guns. No gun should be able to be sold unless your biometric measure could pull the trigger. I don't know what that means, but
my biometric measure can pull every trigger.
Yeah, exactly. I got your biometric measure right here.
Right here, motherfucker. Come on down into the hood and start picking up the fella's gun. See what happens. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah. So, look, Walters, let's see what's that. What are you throwing up there, Walter?
I got my clips. See my clips?
Yeah.
I got a big ass 30 round clip in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I like the Clips the rap group. Yeah, I'm a fan of the Clips the rap group. This friggin',
Look at this big one, man. This thing is like a 10-round shotgun clip. Man, that'd really scare his ass. Woo.
Yeah.
He saw one of those in person, he wouldn't know what to do. He'd be crying like Ocasio at the fence there.
30-round magazine going up. Or was it a 30-round clip going up?
Yeah, Ocasio crying on the
the fence. Yeah, this would make Joe Biden cry. Well, look at that.
Let's see. What are you showing
Weren't
here?
they crying next to a parking lot or something? Like, you
Yeah.
can't actually see any.
Got a guitar case with a lever action and two guns. They got any clips in there? Let's see here.
2 magazines, yeah.
Two magazines, okay.
Looks like a Henry. A Henry, a FN, and a Glock. Oh no, that's a No, what's that? What's that small Wilson compact? Compact.
Yeah.
The one is like a Wilson. It's the Wilson compact that's like a 1911 that everybody likes. The compact one. I can't think of the name of it.
Yeah. So Harry's Holsters has a comment here. He says Kamala Harris would have a chance, would stand a chance if she plays Nicki Minaj's badass bitch. Song could have probably made Hillary win if she'd had the balls.
Man.
I'm actually hoping that Harris wins the Democratic nomination because she will never win president.
No. I'm so looking at your Facebook today, Rod. I'm pretty sure the guy that was commenting is true. I'm fairly certain it's going to be Biden versus Trump, and we'll see where it goes from there.
Maybe we don't know right now. I mean, we'll see how that pans out. Yeah, I mean, he is number one right now. I think I
don't think she has the money to keep up.
Yeah.
I think he's smart enough to keep himself from saying something too horribly stupid where the left will jump on him. Yeah. I think he's dumb enough where the right's going to take on everything he says because he's retarded. I don't think he's going to be Cory Booker stupid.
Yeah.
He's got a pass from the left. So.
See, that's the thing though, is if he's always had a nomination, he has a real bad past.
You know.
Oh yeah.
He can't get away from the Creepy Joe pictures. He can't get away with that.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah. He can't get away from the segregationist pictures either.
Well, that whole thing, bringing that up from way back when, 90% of the damn Democrats that were in office then were that way.
That way, yeah, that's true too.
So,
that's not a good thing, Rod. That's just
I'm not saying it's not a good thing, but that's just the way it was, so to speak.
I ultimately don't think that the Democratic Party is going to go with an older person or a dude, for that matter.
You think they're going to put another?
Unless Biden puts on a dress and some lipstick or whatever.
Camilla Harris.
Unless he goes. What was the name of this guy, the Olympic guy, and then he became, was it Caitlyn? He's not going to go Caitlyn Jenner.
Oh, you're talking about
Bruce Jenner?
Yeah.
Jenner,
yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
But he's gonna have a female running mate. Watch.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh well, whatever.
I think they're going to go for someone younger. I think that ultimately, if we're predicting right now, and you ask me, I say they're going to try to go for someone younger and try to go for someone female to try to throw up against Trump. I'm not saying that's going to get them what they think they're going to get out of it, but I don't see them throwing Biden up against Trump. I mean, they're just too similar. That's like a guaranteed win for Trump from their point of view, from my point of view too. Yeah. If you throw Biden up against Trump, okay, it's over. Like, that's the end of it right there. Start calling up those Scottish bookmakers and putting all your money on Trump, because that's happening. So I think they're going to try to flip it and go female, maybe younger,
I don't know. I don't
think so.
Who do they have? Kamala Harris is the only one, isn't it? The other ones.
No, there's some other women in there. There's some other. I know, but there's some other women up in there.
Well, who are they? Nobody knows them.
Yeah, but there's still time. There's still time for all of that to get.
The woman that says that America is going to be better for raising children than New Zealand.
Yeah. I mean,
I need to grab that video for you guys because it's serious.
But Kamala Harris is going hard. She's going hard.
Yeah, she went hard with her old mayor buddy too. Well,
did we talk about that, by the way?
What?
Going hard. They reopened the case against him.
Oh yes, I know. No, we didn't talk about it. What's his name? I'm so glad I forgot of his name. Now you want to bring it back up?
Oh, and now I want to bring it back up.
What's the name of this guy? This guy.
Jesse
Smollett. Yeah.
Oh, really? They're going back after him?
Yeah, that case is getting reopened.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Reopening. There's some lawyers that were not happy with how it was treated, and they demanded that they reopen the case and specifically look into how he was treated by the district attorney.
Oh, what do you mean how he was treated?
Special treatment.
Special treatment.
Yeah. Hello.
So they're reopening it, but who knows what's going to happen there.
We'll see. I mean, it's Chicago, so at the end of the day, dude, it's Chicago. That's going to get buried again. Yeah, and nobody really wants to see that. Like, everyone knows that he's guilty and he's full of it. Just let him disappear into the ether. Don't have to hear
him go to jail.
Yeah, I'm with Rob.
You want to see him go to jail? Okay.
Oh yeah.
I like to see the DA go to jail.
That Yeah.
That bitch is corrupt as hell.
Oh yes. Oh yes. But
And
again,
somebody, I'd like to see her bank accounts. Just follow the money. Someplace she got
or
paid.
what does Smollett have on her, man? What does Smollett have on her? Let's see.
don't
So
know.
Jafari Land says Clips was my jam back in the day. You know, grinding. Remember that song? Ooh, there's the Babyface doesn't know about any kind of rap except freaking Post Malone. All he knows is Post Malone.
Hey, that's that underground stuff. That's that New York underground stuff.
Yeah, grinding. I love that beat or whatever. Walter doesn't know about that either. That's some Virginia.
I don't either.
Virginia rappers. That's where. What's the name of the guy that came out of that now? That was going at it with Drake last year.
The Human Beatbox?
No. Pusha T. Pusha T.
Oh.
Yeah, that's how that Pusha T is from. It's from the Clips. Basically, his brother became very religious and dropped out of that, but Pusha T is still out there, and he's still rapping about selling cocaine. The cocaina. You know what I mean? So he's still doing that thing. But at the end of the day, I like him. So let's see what else we got going on here. Rockstar611 says, have you guys seen the backpack that is a magazine for magazines?
What?
Backpack.
What?
You're gonna have to put up links, dude.
Yeah, I need some name or something.
You're gonna have to put up links. Let's see. Let's see who else we got coming out of this.
Is it this thing where it's like a belt?
And speaking of rap music, Walter, I dare you to go look at Cardi B's last video. I'm Team Cardi B, by the way. I dare you guys to go look at Cardi B's last video.
She is gross.
Go look at her last video, Walter. It's search Cardi B with a C. Cardi B. Press. Look at that video. Yeah, check it out. Press. Just look at it. You know.
Gross.
And you get.
I don't want to jack my computer up.
Lots of. Yeah.
Here it is. It's the Strike Back by Shield Tech, I think. $300, and you put your magazines in it, and it stacks them up, and then you just pull one out the side whenever you need it.
Wait, so you pull it out the side bottom, or?
Yeah. Hold on.
Nice.
I'll link it in chat for you.
Okay.
I think this is what he's talking about. It's pretty cool if this is it.
Yeah, let me see. Give me a second.
Just stack your magazines like 10 high in the backpack.
Yeah, let me see if I could get this going up here.
Team Nicki Minaj. Oh gosh, she's gross too.
Now, if I had to choose one of those, which I wouldn't mess around with Cardi B either, for real.
She'll drug you and steal from you. Right?
No, not that. So Cardi B famously said that if her boyfriend cheats on her, she's gonna get him. She's gonna get him drunk and high. She'll give him alcohol and pills, and then when he's high, she'll have a menage with one of her homegirls with him, but it'll be one of her homeboys that's dressed up like a homegirl. That's her form of revenge. When you hear that from the ladies, you stay away.
Yeah, but you know what? She's pulling that's just to get attention. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm trying to load this link. It's not loading, so we'll see.
Yeah. I'll pass. I don't need no fake nails like that. That's dirty.
It'll work for me.
Yeah. No, I don't want. Yeah, I mean, first of all, this. Okay, let's have this nail discussion while I'm waiting for this thing to load. I know some people may have their fantasies out there, but do you really want to mess with chicks? Do you want chicks to get close to the microphone with long ass nails like that? Because my microphone is like very precious to me.
It's sensitive.
Yeah, I don't want my microphone getting stabbed up by long ass, Dracula nails. Seriously. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. And also, it's not tactical, man. That chick cannot defend you.
Hell no.
She can't defend you in a tactical situation. She can't. Well, actually, Cardi B can't even drive.
What? Did she have her license revoked or something?
No, she doesn't. She never had a license. She doesn't know how to drive. Why won't this video load?
That's not odd for New Yorkers.
I saw it in a second, man. It didn't take very long.
I've been driving since I was in New York, man. I've been driving since I was like 15 years old.
I said that's not odd. I know you drive, Hank.
Yeah. I can't find this link, Babyface. It's not going anywhere.
It's in Skype. It's ammo.
No, I copied it. I copied it, and I'm trying to open it in a window so I could show it.
Your windows are broken because it worked for Walter.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
I opened it on my Windows 7.
There's too many HTTPs up in there. I don't know. It's probably my fault. Okay,
you copied it with. Oh,
we'll let
Hank,
Babyface off the.
old man Hank over here copying it into an HTTP with some more HTTP.
All right, fine, whatever. So,
What
okay,
else?
this is the backpack here. Let me see if I could get in close on this.
It's kind of cool. Yeah, you know what it makes me think of? Did you guys have you guys ever had those? You put like grocery bags in it from the top, so you can reuse them from the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
My grandparents had one of those things. It's like a little bag that you put grocery bags in, so you could reuse. Reminds me of that. You load it from the top with magazines, so you can pull them out the bottom.
I thought it was black.
Okay, he's taking too long to shoot this gun. Just shoot this gun. Let's see it. Okay, change magazines. All right, yeah, that's not bad.
All right, here's
not
explains
bad.
the long nails. I carry my revolver in single action. Ask yourself, how do girls with fake long nails wipe their ass good?
I knew that was coming.
And then
I don't want to find out. I'll tell you that.
Oh God!
Come here, baby. Come here, baby. Come here.
No.
I've never thought about that, but
No. That's
Now
a
you
special
do.
pet peeve of mine. Like, it's okay, get your nails done. That's cool. Don't go crazy. Don't go crazy on it. But don't get mad out there. Rodney Brady says, King Pusha T. I actually like Pusha T, man. In the whole Pusha T Drake thing, I'm team Pusha T out there. So that's
Is somebody going to end up dead in this thing or something? Or
No,
what?
no, I think it's pretty much over at this point.
okay.
So, I mean, it's over. It's over. Drake is not that good of a rapper.
762 says they use a garden hose.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know about you, but any chick that has super long nails like that, stay away. The worst one is the one that the nails are so long that they're curling over each other.
Oh,
It's
God,
like
that's
spiraling. Yeah.
Oh God, there's a world record for that. It's
That's
really
nasty.
gross.
Yeah.
That's nasty.
So,
That's nasty, baby. That's nasty.
yeah.
Is it raining out there in Safety Harbor?
It rained earlier. It stormed earlier.
Okay, that means it's coming this way then.
Well, no, it usually goes out over the Gulf. It didn't come in your way.
It's
You
going
look-
west?
Yeah, normal summertime stuff is east to west for us.
Really?
Oh, it's
Yeah.
right south of us right now. I'm wondering if it's heading east, west, whatever.
It goes west to east to us.
Really?
Yeah.
It's going southeast to northwest at the moment.
Yeah.
So Jacksonville's safe. Jacksonville's not going to get any weather.
So, just to throw some rap news in there, I'm going to throw this up because I know you guys don't know who this rapper is. So, the baby, that's the name of the rapper, the baby. He said he gets 1 year probation in North Carolina gun case. And it's really interesting if you listen to this. So the baby got some good news, but bad news to start the weekend. He will not serve any jail time in his North Carolina gun case, but there are strings attached. According to the Mecklenburg County District Attorney's Office, the rapper was convicted Thursday of carrying a concealed gun, a misdemeanor. So I guess he didn't have a CCW, so he was convicted of a misdemeanor. He was sentenced to 12 months of unsupervised probation and 30 days in jail. However, the jail sentence is suspended. If the baby stays out of the trouble, which is if the baby stays out of the trouble during the probation, he'll dodge jail altogether. The case dates back to November when the rapper got into a fight with a man inside a Walmart. Man, always Walmarts, yo. You got to go double strapped up in a Walmart and have on your bulletproof vests. And the altercation resulted in the other guy getting shot and killed. The baby initially claimed he was threatened and was protecting himself and his kids. He never copped to pulling the trigger. The baby was ultimately arrested in connection with the fatal shooting, but he was not charged with killing the man. Instead, he was charged with a misdemeanor carrying a concealed gun.
I can't handle you calling him the baby.
That's his name, the baby.
For this article.
That's his name, the baby. That's his name. So
it's a real Christian name somewhere.
Question remains: who shot the man in Walmart? The DA office tells TMZ investigators are still investigating. I guess that's what investigators do. They investigate shit. So the investigators are still investigating that aspect of the case. That doesn't make any kind of sense.
I'm sure it's on video.
Yeah, there have been no other arrests or charges in connection with the shooting. The baby still has his hands full with a lawsuit filed against him this week. Another rapper claims he unleashed his crew in a violent attack. So, yeah, so there you go. So,
Why? Maybe you guys could tell me more about this because I came from a middle-class white neighborhood, but if you're doing pretty well with your life, why continue with the hood shit? Like,
You get
I
yourself, keep it real.
It's hard to let go of the hood, man. If you really hood,
yes.
you can't let go of the hood. If you really hood, you can't.
Let me put this in front of you. If you say that, originally when they built the projects, white people were only allowed to live in them.
White Jews.
Why aren't they still there?
Good question. What was the answer to that?
No one could answer that one.
Did those Jewish people turn into black people? I don't know.
No. Back in New York when they had when people the immigrants would come into the city and they lived in basically the slums or ghetto. Mm-hmm. They're not there anymore. Those people aren't there anymore.
No. Because they moved on up. Didn't you ever see the Jeffersons?
Yeah, I did see the Jeffersons. That's my era stuff. Yeah.
Well, Walter, I actually do have an answer to that, though.
Oh boy.
So what happened was, and I mean this is true. And it goes back to that 40 acres and a mule type thing. What happened was, you're right. The ghettos were designed for lower class whites, Jews. And keep in mind, these were all immigrants coming in.
Immigrants, yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. So what happened is this: at that point, black people were we were coming out of slavery at that point.
They were rural. They were mostly a rural population then.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So what happened was they were coming out of slavery.
You're just breaking up everything, man.
Yeah, I know.
You're rustling your microphone around, or it's dragging on something over there.
That wasn't me. Mm-hmm. But no, they were coming out of slavery, and so what happened is that the black people actually moved in to those ghettos that the immigrants were in. They moved out of the ghetto, and basically, it was
I know where all the Jewish people went to. I know what happened to them. They went to Miami, yo.
No, they went to Staten Island.
The reason I bring that up was because recently here in Tampa there was an article in the newspaper. I don't get the newspaper, but they threw the newspaper in my driveway for some reason, so I read it, and there was a story about a black cemetery that back in the 1920s it changed hands a few times, and then it just all of a sudden there's no record of it. So there's actually part of a project built on top of that land, and there's somebody prominent, Cesar Gomez, or whatever, one of the guys that owned the Colombian restaurant. He owns the other piece of property there, and they're thinking, well, there's still people buried underneath there, right? So it's
probably,
just kind of,
right?
not probably, most likely,
because
there's no record of them ever being moved.
Yeah.
So it's just an interesting situation that there's a project built on top of a former black cemetery.
So go ahead, Walt. I'm sorry.
So I don't know what's going to happen in the end. They're probably in the end they're going to have to dig it all up, and they'll find the rest of those people that are buried.
Yeah, they got to get those bones. Big Dre 357 gave us $5. He says you can take the boy out of the hood, but not the hood out of the boy.
Well, that's what they say.
Yeah, and also I could tell you, okay, so real wealth is generational. And this is the thing that I think people really need to understand. So if you are like in the hood and however you come to money, whether it's rapping, playing sports or whatever it is, right? You win the lottery, you're a drug dealer, all of those kinds of things. If you didn't have, the reason why I say wealth is generational, it's not the money, it's what to do with it. And if you don't really know what to do with it and how to turn that into things and pass that wealth on to the next generations, this is what you do, right? You run wild because you never had anything like this. You don't know what to do. You run wild. A lot of times it destroys you. Like wealth should be, real wealth is when you could pass it on to your children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren, and it keeps going because ultimately they understand money and they don't, like all of us, I think we go through that. Like all of a sudden you get money, you start big pimping,
You buy stuff and like that.
Remember when you got all that Obama money, Walter?
Oh yeah, hell, I got the evidence of it.
You went wild. You're Rolexing in Texas.
Yeah, but I didn't Rolex like a gram of Coke every week or something like that.
No. So, you did the right thing. You paid off. You bought.
Oh,
house,
everything's paid for. Every
freaking
thing's paid for. Yeah. So that goes back to home learning and stuff too.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. Like your parents came here. I'm sorry, not your parents. It was your grandparents, right? Or your parents came here?
Oh, my dad. Yeah, the whole family did. Yeah.
Yeah. So they came here and they suffered through like whatever it was they went through in the old country. They had to walk away from that, and then they had to come here and start from zero. You know what I'm saying? And then they had
Yes,
to
they
build
did.
it up. So you saw all of that, and growing up seeing that and learning from that and working hard and all those kind of things, like you get like you understand what to do with a windfall. But then there's the rest of us that we kind of have to like learn that the hard way. It's like, okay, there's a windfall. Here's what I do. You know, build it up, and that's what happens a lot of times with people.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, some folks get through it and other folks don't.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, there's plenty of examples of people, especially sports people, who invest and they do stuff and and then they're very successful. And then there are guys that are back working at McDonald's after it's all
Eventually,
done
you
with.
get it. Look, Jay-Z, billionaire now, billionaire, and he was just like, you know, he came from the hood. He's from the projects, Marcy projects or whatever. But eventually, he learned about all of that and started buying real estate and investing in art.
Well,
and
probably, you know,
things.
it helps to have somebody whispering in your ear too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and you know, maybe some of that's getting like a good chick or whatever. Maybe Beyonce was a little bit more.
a proper manager, yes.
Yeah, you know.
They have to. Rod could probably attest to that. Some of the sports teams have people that advise their players on how to handle the money.
Yeah, I don't know if Rod is still there. He looks frozen.
He's frozen. Yeah.
Yeah, he looks frozen. I don't know what the heck is going on with him. And then Babyface is on the phone. Who knows what's going on there? Making phone calls. Yeah, making phone calls. But yeah, I think ultimately it's just me and you, Walter. I don't know what happened to Rod. But anyway, so here's the thing. I think ultimately, you know, what happens here is that you've got to go through it, learn it, and all that kind of stuff. And
Well, either you learn
get
and you figure it out, or you don't. You
Yeah.
know, it's yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, I think we lost Rod. Maybe he'll come back in, but we're wrapping up anyway. We should probably wrap it up here, right? It's Friday. It's Friday. I'm sure the people can leave now that they know about the baby. You guys are welcome. You know, when you're out there listening to the baby songs, remember that you heard it from Hank Strange. I think his song that he has out right now is Suge or something like that.
Suge.
Yeah, it has
the
to.
baby.
Yeah, no, it has to do with Suge Knight. I think he's calling himself like a young Suge Knight, which is not a good thing.
Okay, you gotta translate all this stuff.
Yeah, I don't know if you know about Suge Knight is the guy from way back in the days with Tupac and all that, but he's the guy who took Vanilla Ice and held him out over the balcony and made him sign away his rights to his music, and then that's how they built up their empire. They basically jacked up Vanilla Ice. You never heard about that?
No, I never heard about that one.
Yeah, so Suge Knight was like looking for money. He wanted to start a record label, and they got hold of Vanilla Ice and threatened him and got him to sign over rights to some music. Because think about it, man. Vanilla Ice made some big songs back in the day.
Yeah.
So he signed over those rights, and they took that money and they used it to build up Death Row Records and stuff.
Oh.
So, I mean...
Really? That's how that happened?
Yeah. Straight up gangster, robbing people. You know, he robbed money from Snoop Dogg.
Is he still alive?
Suge Knight, he's in prison. Remember, Suge Knight we were talking about him. He was the guy who ran over a guy a couple of times.
Recently, in the last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, once
a
again.
couple years ago, yeah.
Still in the hood.
Yeah.
You
still in the hood, man. You'd be a billionaire and you're still in the hood.
Yeah, it just doesn't.
It doesn't. I can't.
You know, the only way to equate that is I probably, even if I am a millionaire, multimillionaire, I'll probably always be cheap. Just the way I am. Is that the same thing where it's just in your blood?
Not if you know me. Not if you know me, you're not going to be cheap.
Oh yeah,
I will spend that damn money.
If you're fixing used air compressors, I'm gonna beat your ass.
Exactly. I would still do that. So
yeah, listen. Some things are ingrained. Like I tell you guys this, it drives Lola crazy. I sit on the floor to eat. And Lola has a dinner table.
If I see something in the dumpster I want, man, I'm in.
Yeah, Walter. So, for reals.
That's the way.
You got a dumpster, Walter. I need to know.
Yeah, and I'll tell you right now. I've said this before, man. Like I've had the welfare cheese. I would eat that right now.
I've never had that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a scrounger. If I see a piece of plywood I think I might be able to use, I set it aside, you know. And so
it doesn't. I guess seriously, I think it's the same thing. It doesn't matter how wealthy you are. You're going to go back to your tendencies.
Now, eventually, I might throw that piece of plywood away, but I will set it aside for a while.
Yeah.
Just sit out back. And then one day I'll go, okay, I'm just going to burn it in the fire.
All right, after you've moved it around so many damn times, it's like, get the...
What you need to do, Walter, we need to take that boxer engine I have and turn that into a generator. Come on, what's up?
I can turn that into a generator. Put some wheels on that motor.
What are we doing with that boxer engine, man? We need to do something.
No, we got to see if we can make it run.
Yeah, I don't know. We're going to have to test it. Somebody's going to have to get that going. Yeah, we got to do some projects. We need to actually get a generator so that we can do that generator video every year. We're going to say, like, we're going to talk to people about getting a generator.
Yeah.
Because if you're in Florida, you need one.
Because I don't have to get one.
Yeah.
Got 3.
Yeah. You got
We're
3?
3. Walter, say 3.
Seriously, Walter? So how about, dibs? How about dibs over here?
We don't dibs on gen sets.
Not only generator, but you need some jerry cans as well to go along with it.
I got
He's got lots of
I got more of those than I got fingers. So.
Yes, exactly. I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. We're supposed to do a jerry can video, Walter. You got to come up with that thing that we were talking about.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know.
Yeah. I know. I have a cool jerry can thing to share with you guys who have Jeeps and stuff like that. Pickup trucks and whatever, but we got to get it worked out so I can share that with you all. All right, I don't think we're getting Rod Mills back here. I don't see him.
Did he? Oh, he disappeared. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. I guess that storm went to Jacksonville. Yeah.
No, there's no storm in Jacksonville.
Something happened over there, Rod Mills. Or there's someone brought conch penis to the door.
Windows PC updates.
He's gonna get mad later on if he goes in. See, if you thought he was mad at the beginning of this video, then
Hank, everybody's saying government cheese is pretty good stuff.
It is, man. You got to try. We got to figure out how to get some, man, so you can try it out.
Well,
got to figure that out.
I know you can. They have food banks all over. Different cities have food banks. Yeah. And even when my sister used to live in town here, and she wasn't like poor, she went to the food bank to get stuff.
Yeah, you gotta stand. All you have to do is stand online. Okay, I know that we're running late. I'm gonna tell you guys this story. Do you remember last year we had the hurricane rolled through and everyone lost power for like a week and all that? Yeah. So the governor was like, it was for anyone in Florida. All you had to do was go, I think, do your social security number or whatever, and they gave everyone, I think it was like $500 or something. Yeah. Or it was on a scale, right? They gave you that for the food and stuff you lost. So many people didn't want to do that. But one of my boys was like, yo, I went to the place. He was telling me there were Porsches outside, Mercedes. People were just like...
That's rich people know how to not spend money.
Get that money. Get that money. I went and got that money. I bought guns.
Irregardless, we're going to give it to you. So you go, regardless, you go get it.
Yeah, regardless. I got that money. I bought some kind of gun with that.
I always say that I can't help myself.
I don't know if you guys. I remember talking to you guys about it. And like, oh no, I didn't want to do it. It's like that's my money. I went and got it, and then I bought some guns.
That's my Rick Scott money.
Yeah,
give me that, mom.
Yeah. I used to go stand on the line with my mom waiting for that, welfare cheese, man, because I'll carry the extra bags back. Because then my mother would barter with that. She would take extra stuff back.
She barter the government cheese away?
Yeah, and she would make deals with people.
And on that note...
Hustle it, man, hustle it. That's
hustle
one thing.
With the cheese.
Yeah,
That's
gotta hustle.
American way. That's the American way, damn it.
You gotta hustle. That's what it's all about. All right, so you know what? Listen, it's Friday. We're out of here. We're wrapping it up. Let's start with Babyface P. I know someone said they just subscribed to you. I don't know if you saw that.
I really appreciate it. I'm hoping to hit 1,000... maybe in the next month. And I'm going to do...
Ronald Hot Boy. Shout him out, Ronald Hot Boy.
Ronald Hot Boy, thank you for subscribing. When we hit 1,000, I'm going to give away some stickers thanks to Armament and Access. He sent me a bunch of stickers with my logo on it, so once we hit 1,000, I'm going to give 10 of them away. That's all I can do at the moment. Maybe we'll do more.
I'll contribute something to that if you want.
You want to give away some stuff when I hit 1,000?
Yeah, if you want, I'll throw something in there. I'll throw something in there.
1,000, these guys are going to help me give... I'm going for stickers. Maybe I can find some other stuff.
Yeah, I got plenty of Tyven paraphernalia.
Yeah, Tyven show hats will go.
And some other stuff.
If you are out there and haven't subscribed to me, you can find me at BabyfaceP on YouTube or baby_faceP on Instagram. I'm trying to upload lots of content on both, and I'm actually, kind of enjoying it. It's been pretty fun.
All right, cool. By the way, Rod Mills says he lost internet connection.
Hey,
So that's probably rolling around. Oh, hold on a second. I think we got him coming in. Let's see here if he's able to. I think we probably get him in. All right, Walter, do you want to do your wrap up while we're waiting for Rod to jump in?
Yeah. Facebook, Instagram, Safety Hour Firearms. Some Twitter also. SafetyHourFirearms.com. Mowerdeath.com. Over on YouTube, Mower Death. So check it out. I'm trying to get stuff posted up. It just sometimes takes a little long.
Yeah,
I think. But.
Right, and you guys should not forget #Wayne must go. We got.
Get rid of him.
We got. Rod Mills is back up in here. He got his conch penis. Came. So he's all good. Rod, we're wrapping up. How can the folks follow you?
You guys can reach me on Twitter at The Real Rod Mills. Or you can go to Facebook, go to my business page at Scorched Earth Firearms Training. That's Scorched Earth Firearms Training. Or you can go to YouTube at Scorched Earth Firearms Training as well.
Yeah, cool. All Thumb says he watched your last AK build, Babyface. And
I love it.
Yeah.
More coming soon. More coming very soon. Let me say that.
Yeah. Make sure you check out Babyface has a Facebook and Instagram. He needs to get a Twitter, but...
I have a Twitter. No, I have a Twitter. It's Babyface P on Twitter.
Oh, you did it? Oh, okay.
I've had one for a while. I just don't pimp it because I don't use it a whole lot. I do have a Twitter, and I think it's baby_face_p on there.
Link the two, man. Link them up.
It's at real Babyface P on Twitter. I don't use it, but I probably should.
Link them up.
Yes.
Yeah, I probably should do that.
Yeah. So listen, thanks for everyone for joining us all week. We'll be back next week. We'll have a couple things going on then. Hopefully good stuff going for you guys. We'll be back for Free For All Monday, I believe. And we'll see you guys. I did see, by the way, our friend, the American Gun Chick. She's on Gunstreamer. Shout out to the Gunstreamer people. A lot of my stuff is over there. I have a video with about 30 videos that YouTube just demonetized. I have a quick video I need to throw up at some point. But you'll find that on Gunstreamer. And American Gun Chick is over there. Babyface, you're there too, right?
I'm there. My stuff's all backed up there.
Yeah, and Walter is also there.
Yep.
Rod Mills, I don't know if you're really doing videos. Do you have a gun streamer thing?
No, I don't have a gun streamer.
Okay. All right. So you can find Rod Mills under Rod Conch Penis 24/7. And I think that's his.
Did you say 24/7?
Go get that right now, because somebody else is gonna grab it
over there.
You do.
Over there on Pornhub.
That's where Babyface is over on Pornhub, and someone was talking about
Pornhub. It's Babyface P on Pornhub. If you guys really want to go watch, you do one thing, you want to move over to some machinery porn, it's there.
Yeah. Shout out to Franklin Armory. Hopefully they keep sponsoring us.
So why did I say that right before you shouted them out?
We'll be back next week. I'll see all you guys then. We're out. Peace.
Peace.
See ya.